Okay, start the recording. Okay. Willkommen, everybody, to Meeting of the Monster Houses, version 3.0. It's been a rough time getting here, but we've finally done it. Yay. We have quite the fucking party this time. So much, in fact, that 3/7 of us are not here, so that's going to be fun. I'll start by setting the scene. I've done this before, but not on recording, so here we go. You all are headed to the city of Pax, which is a centrally located city built to honor the continued treaty and honoring of the many centuries long peace that is the Festival of Renewal and the re-signing of the Houses Treaty and all that fun stuff. So we'll open up on the city as hordes and hordes of people are just clamoring through these gates. There's one gate at every cardinal direction, so we'll start at the north gate, where a plucky little halfling has made his way to the gate. So why don't you describe your character, Ducky?
Well, we got a real short halfling, 2 feet, 2 inches tall. Like I said, short as fuck. Um, Basically, he just kind of threw a scarf around himself, and that's his shirt. Uh, blonde hair, blue eyes, all that shit. Uh, I'm blanking. Freckles and all that.
All right.
That's that.
Standing a couple groups behind them is another person whom is integral to this story. I hope they're a human male in what looks to be a set of lighter armor and then colored green cloak. So Terry, you're up for this one.
Alright, so yeah, Orion is a human male, as said. He's a bit on the lighter side, even a little bit on the shorter side. And he has shorter black hair. He has his bow slung across his back, with a very nice looking longbow, and a necklace of arrowheads prominently displayed around his neck. He does have 2 short swords at his side, but they don't see much use. He seems very gleeful as he looks around the crowd and kind of looks up at all the buildings, the sky, and kind of just takes in the festivities. Maybe even trying to make a conversation with the people as he passes.
Okay.
So he's Western.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's not quite right.
That's not a Midwestern accent.
Jesus.
A little bit further behind them is a wagon full of various wares from a blacksmith shop far to the north. This is where we introduce Demosthenes, I guess, character.
Alright, so I am a hill dwarf, about 3.5 feet tall. The blonde hair, that's just kind of this, very much just kind of short blonde hair. It's unbraided. My beard is pretty well kept together. It looks like it has a little bit of oil in it. Kind of shines a little bit. I'm kind of sitting there on the wagon with one hand kind of on the reins, the other hand on a big old war hammer. That's also happens to be my forge hammer. So, I'm just like riding the wagon into town with my goods. Feeling pretty good about life right now. Okay-ish about life.
Okay. Now, those three are going to be heading through the north gate shortly, but the final member of our party that's here today, who didn't sleep in, is a fairly rare sight in the rest of the continent. An elvish man that has made his way to the eastern gate. And at this point, I'd like Solus to introduce his character.
Hi, hello. I am playing a wood elf named Kenrick. He's kind of an average height, around 5'10". He has very long, fiery red hair, which he has half of it tied up into a kind of sort of a messy bun.
The only tall person.
He has 2 daggers on his right hip, a sickle on his left, a bow on his back, and he's just casually playing a violin as he walks along.
All right. Now you catch a lot of attention for being an elf, because elves are not uh, really um, prolific in any other part of the continent except for your own country. Um, but you are special. You are on your exodus, at least for now, and have decided to spend your time in the festival at PAX. So, with all these characters converging on the center of the city, I'll go ahead and set the scene once again. Now that I have finally looped the music and it'll stay on this time. So, as you guys enter from any gate you would enter from, this place is decked the fuck out with streamers and colorful clothing, street jesters, carts with food and wares from all over the continent. Little children running around in the street being chased by worried parents as they weave in and out of the crowd. All seemingly converging towards the city center where you all know that the festival is going to take place later this afternoon. Now, at this point, I will ask, what would you like to do?
Well, Vorlash, my character, will probably be heading over to the nearest smithy with his goods and start beginning the process to selling what wares he has.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Understood. Hit that sweet button. Where is that sweet button? Dang it.
You know, you're kind of short, and there's a lot of tall people around here. It's really hard to see the signs for all the stores.
There's a lot of tall people here. It doesn't matter if you're in a fucking wagon.
And unfortunately,
The wagon is also short.
it's too loud to hear. It's too loud to hear the familiar plinking of hammer on steel from where you're at as well. So you're unable to find a blacksmith shop, at least for now.
Damn it.
What about what is his name? Orion? What about Orion?
Is there any outdoor drinking festivities?
Oh yeah, there are carts all over the place that are selling like beer and ale, and wine from certain places as well.
I'll get a cheap beer. How much would that cost?
Silver.
Silver. Well, I'll approach. I'll look around at everyone, and I'll walk over and oh fuck, I'll put a gold on the counter and I'll go, 1 beer and some change.
Right, 1 beer coming up. Helga, 1. And he turns and he looks at this like portly dwarven woman who appears to be his wife. Kind of a little bit scandalous because he's a bit taller than her. But she is very stocky indeed. And she has a little bit of peach fuzz on her upper lip. She's a blonde, blondish, like middle-aged looking dwarf. And she brings over your ale and slaps it on the counter. You take it and drink it, and it's about 1 silver's worth.
No.
You're like, yeah, that's about right.
Are the directions free?
Oi, what do you need to know?
Well, I was wondering if I could find a fletching shop.
Oh, fletching. Well, our resident hunter sells arrows sometimes. He's over on 4th Street. You go left and then right and then left again.
All right. And is that the only place you could think of?
That's the only place that comes to mind right now. But I know he'll be setting up shop in the carnival area later on. If you'd like to go meet him.
Do you know when the carnival main event starts?
I'd say about 3 hours.
No, I got time. Thank you very much. Is it a mug or is it a bottle? Should I take it with me?
It's a bottle. Just take it.
Okay, I'll take it.
He says, "Happy festival to ye," and goes back to serving customers.
To you too.
Our little halfling friend, what are you doing?
I'm just running around and freaking out over anything shiny I find.
You're freaking out over a lot.
Yeah.
There are so many bright colors here. It's almost like you like are tripping on acid and are just fucking like off your ass on drugs right now. It's so colorful.
The only way I can describe him going fucking feral.
Yeah,
Oh
little
god.
you stand still and wipe a little foam from your mouth as you you finally realize you probably would cause a scene anywhere else if people weren't uh, concerned about the small child who's freaking out and yelling about the colors.
I'm not screaming. I'm screaming internally.
Like,
Doesn't that count? That still counts, one would assume.
Maybe.
I'm screaming internally. Nobody can hear me. Unless they're a Calico, but I don't think those exist.
If anyone could read minds, they would be absolutely deafened by the internal squealing you have going on.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I'm going for.
So I guess through your stupor of excitement, you'd eventually make your way toward the center of town. Yeah.
Yes.
Solus, what is Chinrick doing?
Kendrick is going to approach the first person who looks like they know what they're doing, and act. Yeah, he's just going to approach the first person that looks like they know what they're doing.
Okay, so you walk up to a silver paladin who's guarding the gates of the city, and he's checking people in, taking information down. He has this huge like clipboard full of parchment paper, and he's just writing names down as quickly as he can. He looks very, very busy, and he comes to you and he says, "Right, state your name."
Hello, my name's Kendrick. Kendrick Goodbone.
Great, awesome. Purpose, festival, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Before you even stop speaking, he's already written down the word festival. Anything, any weapons?
Oh, just these couple of daggers, a sickle, and my bow.
Cool, I'll note those down. Keep them sheathed while you're in the city, please. Any magical items on you?
Alright. No.
Great, on you go. Next.
Oh, alright.
Do you want to find?
I'm
Wait,
just
do you
gonna
want to
start-
stop and talk to him, or do you want to go on?
I mean, he seems very busy. I don't want to bother him.
All right. Okay.
Let's go on and see what's happening here.
Sure. You walk inside and you see the same, similar colored affair. Lots of people walking around. It's like Disneyland on a good day. It's just fucking packed with people, and there's party festivities everywhere. Lots of people hawking goods. This is probably the most amount of people you've ever seen in one place, given where you're from.
Wow.
And they're all there's a lot of people at the front gate staring at you. By the way.
Hello. Nervously wave.
You see, you see one of the milkmaids. They look like milkmaids on the side of the road who are giggling and pointing at you. One of them covers her face and turns immediately red, and then runs around the corner, and her friends chase her giggling.
Huh. That's not something that normally happens. I'm just gonna wander around and see what I can find that's fun.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Ah.
Actually, make a perception check,
Okay.
because you're not searching for anything specific, but you are searching.
Duh. 22.
Okay. There are a lot of carts selling lots and lots of goods. But the one that catches your eye is actually a fairly plain building, with an anvil on it, on its sign, and a bow and arrow resting on said anvil.
Huh. Alright. I guess I'll check this out.
You walk inside, and there's a kind of a middle-aged human man, balding on top, with black hair and a Van Dyke goatee. And he's pounding away on an anvil, what looks to be arrowheads, forged arrowheads. And he's just working away at each one, Um, you see him take one with a pair of tongs and quench it in a barrel of water nearby, and then put it over into a pile with about 2 dozen other arrowheads.
Oh. Well, hello. Um. Well, I guess this is the smithy.
Right, you are. This is Darren's shop. I'm Darren. I know it's not a great name. Can I help you?
Well, I think it's a fine name. My name's Kendrick.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Darren.
You know, I've actually never been to a place this big or with people, so I'm kind of just wandering about.
Well, it happens every few years with you elves. You always get a little bit of culture shock from the festival, eh?
Yeah, I used to hear stories, but I always thought they were stories. I guess they're kind of true.
I'll tell you what you're gonna need. I know you're aching to get to all the festivities and stuff, but you're gonna want to go find a place to sleep for the night before they're all snatched up and you're left wandering the streets.
Oh, all right.
Fair bit of advice. Don't let the innkeepers gouge you on the prices. Room should be 5 silver. If they charge you any more, then it's thievery.
All right, silver. I'm going. Carrick he pulls out a pen and a book, and he just starts frantically writing notes.
Anyway,
I love him.
if there's anything else you need, you know, people around here are always usually very helpful during festival time.
All right, well, that's good to know.
Right. Anything else you need from me, or can I get back to my yammering? I've got to get these done in about a few hours for the carnival games.
Oh, well, now, keep working. Don't let me bother you. You're doing great work.
Righto. Remember, I'm Darren. And then he goes back to hammering on his anvil.
Darren. I'm going to remember that name.
Okay. We'll switch back over to... Who did I say first? Terry? Or Dwarf Man? No, it was
No, I
Dwarf
think you
Man.
started with Noah.
So,
Mr. Deep
fucking
Speech.
Vargosh. What's your name again?
Mr. Deep Speech.
Gilgamesh?
Vorlash.
Vorlash, what do you do? What do you do? Are you still searching for your blacksmithy?
If I can't find a blacksmith, if I can't find a blacksmith that'll sell my goods, I'm going to. What's the state of what's the state of the shop fronts?
Most of them have set up carts outside, but are also open in order to accommodate the extra rush of, thousands of people entering their city that were not there previously.
Fantastic. What are my goods exactly?
I'd say you're probably traveling with your clan, so it's not your goods, it's the clan's goods.
Okay. Do you know if my clan has like a embassy or like somewhere where like my clan is, where I know I could find them?
Probably at a smithy. Probably at some kind of forge. I'll say you're old enough to have been to these before. Roll a history check.
Great. And I'm actually proficient in that.
Yeah, good
Well.
enough. It's good enough. It wasn't a high DC. So yeah, you remember... You take a look on the street and you kind of like hop up on a bench to get a better view of the layout of the roads. And you're like, oh, okay, I know where I am. Okay, I'll just go down this street and then go down that street and I'll be fine. So if you wanted to go that way, you know where you could find a smithy.
Absolutely. So I do make my way down there with my wagon.
Yeah, you could make your way down there. I'd say probably your clan would stay at the smithy with the wagon and sell their shit and then to partake. You're just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, I get my wagon to the smithy. They take it. I take a good look around. It's good stuff. I might come back here later.
You see, when you roll up to the smithy shop, it's It's not the same shop that the elf visited. It's a different shop. It has a pair of crossed axes on the front of it. And peering inside, it looks like it's being run by a fairly burly, if not short, half-orc. So he's about as squat and wide as a dwarf, but with definite half-orc features.
Okay, so this guy's like working for the clan.
He's a smith, so your clan sells to him, most likely.
I see. I get off my cart, kind of using my warhammer as kind of a walking stick. Just kind of making my way to the door. Just kind of tap on the window for a moment. As soon as he gets his attention, I just kind of jerk my thumb to the back, to my wagon, indicating the goods that I have.
He gives you a thumbs up and puts his tools down, and then goes around to help you unload.
Yeah. And then I just kind of get in as I'm talking, and then I just kind of exchanging words with him. So, how long have you been in the shitty?
Well, I've not been shitty for very long. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at my job.
How long have you been in the shitty?
I work in a smithy, son. I don't get it. I think you're mixing up. Are you? I'm sorry, your comment isn't super clear to me. You all right?
I
Do you have
I'm
like
all
a
right.
piece of chalk on you? Could draw it out, maybe.
Are we gonna have to teach this guy sign language?
Oh, this is amazing.
I love it when he.
I don't want to do a Scottish accent. Don't push me.
Just don't say shitty instead of city.
Come on, man, just do a Scottish accent. Ain't that bad.
I already did a Scottish accent.
Say city.
Channel your Tarvos.
It's not shitty. It's city.
How long have you been in the city?
Right, there you go. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. No, I've been here most of my life. My mama lives outside of town, and I figured, I'm kind of strong, and I look sort of like a dwarf with green skin. So I got an apprenticeship here in this shop. Been here for almost 15 years now.
Nice man. Alright, well, and so I just kind of exchanging small talk with the half-orc. I just kind of continue kind of loading my goods up in there, and then we switch to another person as I'm getting my goods to the store.
Cool. Ollivander. Orion, that's what your name is. Fucking
Ollivander?
Orion, what are you doing?
Okay, Harry Potter.
He sells wands.
Yeah,
now.
I am going to call your characters by weird names at times when I don't remember them.
I like this. I'm cool with it.
Like our halfling fellow is going to be Paula for a little bit of time before I actually get used to calling him Payula.
Honestly, I think I'm going to mispronounce my character's names. I got it from a random character generator last night.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, what's Orion doing?
Sorry, my push to mute was being weird. Orion's going. Well, I'll follow the directions I was given. I guess to the store.
Right. Which store were you looking for again specifically?
Arrow
store,
for
right?
Fletcher, and I believe he said the local hunter was what I was looking for.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you go. It's a small storefront. But inside there is there are rows and rows of pelts, fox pelts, rabbit pelts. There's even a bear pelt that's been mounted on the wall in the back above the counter. And you could hear somebody rummaging around in what sounds like, you know how when you collect firewood it makes that specific stick crackling sound? It sounds like that's going on back there.
Okay. I'll just glance around the rolls, looking at the pelts, judging their quality, I guess. Would that be like a survival check or an investigation check?
I'd say insight.
Insight. Got it. That's an 11.
Sure. A lot of these are pretty okay. Some of them are obviously better quality than others. Either the animal was old or he shot it in the wrong place and there's like a hole in the pelt now. But the bear pelt is in very good condition. and so are a number of smaller game pelts like foxes. There's some pretty good fox pelts you find in that collection. You also notice when you round one of the displays, there's a set of short bows leaning against a weapon rack.
Ooh, I'll actually take specific interest in those. But first, what season is it? Spring,
This would
right?
be spring.
Okay.
This is like the height of spring. It's like the middle of essentially
the seed of
May.
dry plant.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about winter for a while.
Yeah, not for a long time. Unless you're traveling north, in which case you always have to worry about winter.
Oh, true. I will. Should I roll
Sorry,
a separate?
leave
Should I roll a
forgot.
separate insight? Okay.
Oh, look
Should I
who's
roll a separate insight
here.
on the shipos, or
Welcome to the
This is
game,
awesome.
you sleepy motherfucker.
Fuck you.
introducing Devon
Eat it.
number 2, the
Eat a bag of
electric.
dick
Hey,
magic.
We'll get to you in a minute.
Dev's here now.
In the meantime, take the token I sent you and add it as your character portrait when you get into Roll20.
Okay. First, I'm gonna go wake my fucking ass up. Just give me like 10 to fuck you.
You do that. We're gonna continue with the festival. We'll get to you when you come back. There we
Oh,
go.
we're already at the fucking festival. Oh shit, fucking ass cock. Okay, hold on.
We started at
We're a professional group of D&D players,
Oh,
everybody.
that's a nat 20 on the inside on the bows.
Hey, there you go.
Jesus.
They're all right.
Don't get paid.
I am a fucking professional, and I'm professionally fucking tired.
They
Yeah,
seem fine.
Being a professional is like
They seem like
All right,
normal craftsmanship,
leave him alone so he can
nothing
go wake
like
up and join us,
spectacular.
please. All right, so the bows, they're fine. They're okay bows. Nothing super fancy. There's no like engravings or anything on them. It's just simple hunting bows. Essentially, is what you find here.
I'll pick one up and delicately twist it around, looking at it from every angle before putting it back on the rack, just as it was. Is that person out from the back store? If the
Actually, he
person from the
notices
back door
you.
is out.
He notices you looking at his stuff as he comes back with an armful of untipped arrows. He says, "Oh, you're interested in that, are you?"
No, I think I have my own bow, but I was just judging the craftsmanship. Pelts are very nice.
Thank you. I hunted them all myself. The bows, I can't say I made them. I usually get them from the carver down the road. But I use his stuff, and some of my hunters come in looking for a new string or a new bow every now and then.
One-stop shop, is it?
I try my best. I make enough of a living to stay alive in packs. Big city, big bills.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
By the way, this guy looks he's completely bald except for a set of mutton chops that lead into a handlebar mustache on his face. Scraggly and brown with a little bit of red toward the tip, and then he is tanned to all shit like he spends all of his life outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
You want me to quickly roll stats in here, VG?
Didn't you already?
No.
Okay. Quickly for how we do stats, 4d6. Reroll any ones you get, and then drop the lowest for every stat.
You got it.
Yeah, so that's what he says. You're looking to participate in the carnival tonight. I've got a booth. I'm going to be doing an archery contest and giving away quite a pretty penny for the winner.
Really?
Aye.
That actually sounds very interesting. Are arrows supplied?
Arrows are supplied by me. In fact, if you
And
win,
hers?
you get a quiver of my finest arrows and 50 silver. It's a pretty sweet pot if you ask me myself.
Ah, yes, that's definitely a worthy prize pool for a carnival event.
Times
Is
have
there
been
any
good.
grander competitions around here, other than the carnival event?
Grander, is what you said?
Yes.
Grander. No, I mean, the carnival is where most of the quote-unquote competitions would be held. If you're looking for, like, professional archery tournaments, that's probably not his forte.
Just wondering if there was someone else I could talk to. Well,
Oh.
well, I'll definitely give a stop by to your booth.
Sure.
If you just tell me where it is.
Right, so you're going to want to look for the green tent. There's a green and yellow stripes.
Green.
Aye, green and yellow stripes.
Mm.
And then I'll have a target practice set up in the back. You'll be able to take your shots against whoever else is willing to challenge.
Are we allowed to use our own bows, or is the bow supplied?
No, you got to use one of mine.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, you can tamper with it. And that's no fun. I don't take kindly to cheaters. And he kind of gives you like a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I give a little laugh, and then I go, well, I think I've taken enough of your time as it is. I'll let you get to the arrow making. See
Right.
you later today.
I look forward to it. And he goes back to moving his arrows around. And you hear, as you leave the shop, you hear, God damn it, where's Darren and the fucking arrowheads already? It's already almost time for the festival. I've got to put them on.
Oh no.
All right, what is our slightly eclectic little halfling doing?
Okay, has there been any people selling any particularly shiny things or clacky things? I don't discriminate.
All over the place. There is like jewelry and glasswork and varnished pottery, all sorts of shinies.
Particularly impressive.
Particularly, probably the jewelry. There is one place that has, it's a jewelry shop, in the front of, like on the street, right next to like a baker, and there's inside, everything is locked up. Nothing is on open display because of its obvious value. If it weren't that valuable, they definitely wouldn't be putting it up with this many people in a crowd. And you look inside, and there is just all sorts of jewelry, mostly in silver. There's a lot of silver jewelry.
I definitely want to go check that out. Damn.
Goblin brain has been activated.
You're just tall enough to barely peek into the glass case that's holding the jewelry. So you have to like crane your neck a little bit to get a good look at like this pearl necklace that's it's on a silver chain. A very beautiful piece.
Is there like a shop or something that I can?
A shop?
A shop.
Oh, a shopkeep. Yeah, there's like what looks to be a lady in her early 60s, human, kind of hunched over, using a cane to walk around. She has these tiny little spectacles with copper wire, made out of copper wire, and she's sitting down behind one of the glass cases, polishing what looks to be a bracelet.
Fucking.
Hey, so DM, I'm gonna go harass the shopkeep.
Okay. Hello? Who's there?
Oh god.
Hey there! So, I was, this is apparently I'm using a goblin voice for this.
You're using Percy voice.
Oh my god, you're right.
Hey!
Voice is a goblin voice.
Fucking
I'm
great.
trying to get more of a New York accent to it, but it's not working.
Anyway, so I was looking at some of your jewelry over there, and as a fellow craftsman, I can appreciate such fine work.
Fellow craftsman, you're just a child. You gotta be only like 6 years old.
I'm actually 22. I'm a halfling.
No, it's not nice to lie to your elders, young man. If you're not here to buy anything, then move on. Skedaddle.
Oh, well, alright. I also kind of came here to check about prices.
I don't know that you could afford it.
I'm just interested.
Your parents must give you quite the hell of an allowance for you to be in my shop looking for something to buy.
Jesus.
Like, he looks like like he wants to say something, but he realizes that this is a fight that he's just not gonna win.
It's okay, dearie. Once you've got a real job, come back. I've got plenty of rings for the sweetheart you're sure to find somewhere. She's just polishing his bracelet over and over again. You could definitely tell she's slightly senile.
Slightly.
A little bit senile.
It was very nice to talk to you. Your crafts are very good. Bye.
See you later.
He's very embarrassed.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go for it.
Is it 66, or are we rolling an extra one and dropping the lowest number?
It's 4d6. Then re-roll all the ones, and then drop the lowest one of that 4d6, and that's your stat. Then you do that 5 more times.
Just okay. So we're not doing the 7 rolls. Okay. We're
No.
good. All right, then. That's my stat. All right.
That's not bad. We have someone with worse than you, so be happy.
I'm guessing it's Matt.
No.
It's actually
Actually, for once, it's not.
No,
me.
it's Hunter. Hunter has
It's Hunter.
garbage. Hunter got hot garbage, but he's not here to complain
I
about it, so let's move on.
218.
Hunter got railed.
Hunter got absolutely fucking destroyed.
All right.
Wrecked with a KT. So, so anyway,
But yeah, I got the stats ready, so I'm basically. Oh, and what background did we decide on? Like, I forget.
Acolyte.
Acolyte. Thank you. I will shut the fuck up now.
Okay. What is a halfling doing anything else?
Nope. He's just gonna go run around again.
Cool. There's still lots of shiny things for you to stare at, so you don't feel too bad about the old lady treating you like a kid.
Yes.
And that's the last one. Kinrick is our last feature before we go ahead and skip to the festival. Or the carnival, rather.
Hey. So, I remember Darren saying something about tavern. I'm gonna go try and find one, because it makes sense there'd be a lot of people there, because alcohol.
So you round the corner, you see a signpost with an open bar with, like, what are they called? Bay windows, I think. With the sign of which has a rabbit carved into it. It says the Lucky Leg Tavern.
All right. Let's.
You like that improv?
Let's
I
see what
literally
the
just
Lucky
came up with
Leg
that
is.
shit.
Yo, that was good.
All right, where the fuck am I? I need to start writing these down. So give me a second while I type out some stuff.
I feel.
Hold on. I'm just gonna make a new page for improv shit.
I feel.
Improv names. Fucking Darren. There we go. Lucky Leg Tavern. I don't think I've given anyone
Alright.
else any more names, right?
Nope.
Cool. All right, let's move on.
Gonna go
Okay,
check
so
out the
you
Lucky Leg.
you walk inside the rather crowded and busy tavern as people seem to be pre-gaming for the upcoming festivities. There is there's all sorts of people in here. Most of them young to middle-aged men. There's a couple of ladies, and then there's a group of silver paladins with one guy who looks to be a decorated captain sitting at a back table in the corner of the room.
I think I know who that is.
Hmm.
Mostly because spoilers.
I actually had this encounter in the first iteration, the one that I had with my college friends, and they didn't pick up on it till
Oh.
later. But anyway, I digress.
Do any of them notice the wood elf that entered?
Oh, yeah.
The fuck up
There are
before I show my
so
holy dick down your throat.
there are so many people who are looking at you right now. You are turning a very pronounced shade of scarlet as you stride in.
Just nervously wave at them all as I walk up to the counter.
Okay. The bartender is stereotypically a very portly dwarven man. This time with a very large mane of hair and only a mustache. But that mustache is braided like several times in on itself to make it look like it's a mustache and beard combo. But it is definitely just a mustache.
Oh.
So he's crazy.
He looks at him and says, "All right, what can I get you?"
Hi. Do you actually have any recommendations? I've never been here before.
That depends on how fucked up you're wanting to get for the festival. We got the pregame special, and we got the pregame special, and then we got this liquor over here that'll knock your fucking
Wait.
socks off.
Wait, what's the pregame?
It's what you drink right before you get drunk so you can get drunker.
I don't know how that makes sense, but all right.
It's a
I guess
dwarven
I'll have
recipe. I
that.
wouldn't expect you to understand. Anyway, what you having?
I guess I'll have that.
Cool. He goes and pulls on a tap, and this like really rich reddish brown amber colored drink into a like dark, like really dark wooden mug. Puts it in front of you. It almost depending on where you sit in the light, it almost looks like blood in a black cup. Like, don't drink it all at once.
Oh, all right. How much do I owe you?
3 silver.
All right, I give him the 3 silver.
Sweet. He grabs it off the counter, puts it in his pocket, wanders away, kind of mumbling to himself.
I am going to take the cup and I'm gonna smell it.
All right, it is strong. It's like fucking moonshine almost.
Oh, good lord.
Not that you know what moonshine
water.
is, but holy fuck! Like this is way stronger than any of the wine that you're used to.
Huh.
Not a lot of ale in the Elven country, but there's a lot of wine, and this is way better than wine.
I'm gonna take a sip.
It's strong. It's like Fireball on steroids.
Oh. Whew.
Can't relate.
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if you belched smoke in about 3 seconds.
I feel like I'm as red as my hair.
You see,
Alright.
there's a group of guys at the end of the bar chuckling to themselves. This skinny little elf man drinking the strongest mead the dwarf has on tap when he clearly has no idea what it is.
Kenrick shakes his head and slams his fist onto the bar. All right. If we're gonna do this, I guess we're gonna do this. I'm gonna take another sip.
Okay, make a con save.
Oh, here we go, boys. Nat 1, nat 1, nat 1.
I'm cheering for it.
Look.
6.
6, you are plastered. It took
That's
2
a
sips and
nat
you're
one.
already plastered as
Oh,
fuck.
not that one.
You know, your slender elven physique, coupled with the fact that you're not used to strong dwarven ale, coupled with the fact that you're not even very tall and don't have a lot of body fat, yeah, you're plastered as shit. And you have you will have disadvantage on all ability checks for the next hour.
Ooh. You know, not bad. How much of it is left?
Like 3/4 of the cup. You didn't.
All right,
You didn't
how
drink
big
very
is the
much.
cup?
It's big. It's a pint.
Well, I'm already drunk.
Chug it,
How
chug
can-
it, chug it, chug it, chug it. Come on.
Make
How is this gonna get anywhere?
make another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
All right, boys. Four.
Jesus Christ. You are now asleep. There's a very distinct sound of skull hitting wood and silverware clattering on a table as a stock sound effect when your head hits the bar and you are knocked out.
I'm so glad my hair covers my entire head.
You are snoring and drooling on the table and into your hair. There's just there's so many people laughing at you right now, and you'd probably be embarrassed if you were awake, but you're not.
My dad's making bacon. I can.
For the next part of our journey, are people ready? Or is Magic ready to go? Devin?
Magic.
Hey, Dev.
I am trying to work with sorceress origins that are not in the PHB.
Got it.
Give me a sec.
You're good. Okay.
But I can't.
In
I
that
can
case,
roleplay.
we're gonna go ahead and skip directly to the festival then. At this point,
Cool.
I have a little fun thing I can do where I can switch this to our
You
map,
know what? Can I just say fuck it?
our handy dandy PAX Festival map.
Oh God, we gotta drag our tokens onto this now, don't we?
Nope, your tokens are already on there.
I have.
I didn't put
Look at the
Sarah
ones with
down.
health bars above their heads and pick the one that looks like you.
Shit. Sorry.
So it's worth mentioning that that guy's not here. Just you four. So
You know what? Can I just fucking?
about an hour and a half after you guys have been on your excursions, looking at shops, getting plastered, and being berated by old senile women, you all miraculously wind up at the festival, at the Carnival of Renewal. There are lots and lots of little children running around. But even more than that are patrons who are just kind of wandering around taking in the sights. You can see several stalls with several different DM fun time minigames that you are welcome to participate in if you wish.
Fuck, all these children are probably taller than.
Are
Yeah,
there
for
any
real.
contests of strength?
Absolutely. There is a bell and hammer game like you see at most carnivals.
I have my warhammer and walk over there.
Okay. So you walk over and
Don't wanna play bell and hammer?
yeah, you walk over and surprise, surprise, Darren's there, who you did not meet, but everyone else has. Once again, Darren is the guy with the slightly
Who the
balding
fuck is
head,
Darren?
black handlebar mustache, I believe,
Elf boy.
Yeah.
or a reddish brown handlebar mustache. I can't remember. And he is leaning against a big wooden mallet with this bell game. He says, "Step right up and win a prize." Like he's trying to do an accent. It's really bad because I can't remember what accent I actually gave him.
Alright, I just walk up, just kind of have my warhammer, and get ready to hit the target. Fuck.
Oh, hey, easy there, son, easy.
Hey,
Right, you're
PG,
gonna want to take this here wooden mallet, please, so you don't destroy my game.
Just gonna say, fine. I put my hammer down, pick up the wooden mallet.
All right. So I believe this is a skill check, if I wrote it down correctly in my shit. Bell and hammer. Strength competition. Swing a massive wooden mallet down at the lever in order to launch an iron weight up towards a brass bell atop a large pole. Yay. Roll an athletics check.
Where's that button?
Athletic.
That is not.
Ooh. You slam the hammer down, but it's built for like a medium creature. While you are a medium creature, you're not human-sized. And you kind of heft it, but the weight of it gets kind of away from you. And when you bring it down, the bell, or the iron weight, barely moves above the third notch. He's like, "Oh, try again, try again."
Wait, how much does this cost?
Nothing.
Is this free? Or
Yeah, he's just letting you do it.
I have to. As much as I'm to set the mount on fire, I will not, and I will just roll athletics. And
What'd you get?
do worse.
Oh my god, even worse. Yeah, you're really not doing well with this this wooden mallet for some reason. It's not helping you out. For whatever reason, being a dwarf and all of your, racial advantages do not help you with this particular instance. As the bell this time barely goes above the second notch.
Well, 20's being cucky. I am rolling a d20. It is more cucky. We're not going to talk about that roll.
Jeez, was it a nat one?
Wow, you suck.
It was an 11. It was a total of 11.
You are out of practice, my
Oh.
friend. You are looking
Sucks
rather
to be you,
defeated.
buddy.
You are looking rather defeated right now. If
I'm
anyone
very
if anyone wishes to walk by and try this game for themselves, they may, or we could let him keep rolling. I'll give you
Let
2 more
him
tries
roll.
before you give up.
Guys, let him keep rolling, please. I wanna
Yeah,
see
you
how-
Okay. one more roll. I have one more roll. It's Mamma Mia, please. Thank you.
Not bad.
All right.
So you slam the hammer down this time. You're like, I'm gonna fucking get this thing, and you slam the hammer down, and the iron the iron weight goes up and up and up and up, and it almost so close, but not quite hits the bell at the top of the pole.
Yeah.
Almost there, but no cigar.
There we go. Just kind of crack my knuckles a little bit.
It's like not
Now-
bad for a third try, considering the first
And
two were
and
shite.
Tall thing is this tall thing has something bright at the top.
The bell,
Yeah.
the bell is shiny.
Yes, I'm heading towards it.
Okay,
Oh,
it's inside of a tent,
I'll
so
give the bell a try.
you could
sure.
walk by, notice it, and then come over there.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay,
put yourself
so,
over by the blue tent, over here, ish.
One
If I took
second.
it
I think
down, I
let me
don't see
roll
it.
a bit.
I'll just go ahead and drop it.
Okay,
Am I
so
still
you
passed out
walk. So you walk into the tent right as I roll. Slightly worse.
Almost. This time, not quite there. It gets about halfway
Am I
before it
still
sinks down.
passed out drunk?
Oh, you're here. I forgot about you being
Ah.
here. Hold on one second, actually. Let me see if I can't make it better for everybody. Yeah, there we go. See, if I do
Hey,
it, you
VG,
have
I
health
put my
bars.
token down on the board. I don't know where you want me.
Is your HP, speed, and AC up to date?
No, not yet.
Oh
Well-
no!
Yo, that sounded like some that. Wow, that sounded familiar.
It sounded like someone didn't mute their mic.
One more try. One more try. Don't screw me over. Roll 20. Motherfucker.
That one.
Storm over roll 20.
Is it in that one?
No, it's a total of 6.
Yeah. You. This time, your hands are sweaty from trying so many times, and the mallet slips a little bit and actually hits the weight instead of
Man,
the
you're really
backboard.
bad at
Like, you're supposed to make it go up, son, not down. I know you're angry at the game, but like, try and not break it.
Just lay the hammer. I take a deep breath. I just lay the mallet down, pick up my own hammer, and just walk away.
As you walk past, I pat you on the shoulder, and I go, "Tough luck, buddy. Maybe next time."
I glare at him. Glare at him on the way out.
It's a very angry dwarven man glaring at you. Game's open if anyone wants to try it.
Sure, why not?
Lash is whoa.
I'll go after
Okay.
the little child here.
the Darren, the blacksmith, looks at you and is like, "Oh, we got quite the strong man here, eh?" And he gives you like a little punch on the shoulder.
Absolutely not. But you know what?
you know,
What
like
do
a-
I have to lose?
He's like, "A kiddo, we good luck." And he hands you this really oversized wooden mallet. Now you are a halfling, which means you're classified as small, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
So-
you get to make an athletics check
Layers
with
of
disadvantage.
This is the second fucking person to call him a child today.
Yeah, you're 2'2", and you look like that.
I am 2'2", and I have a baby face. It's
You look
not
like a little
working.
toe-headed boy. So yeah, you get to make an athletics check at disadvantage.
Yeah. Like literally, what do I have to lose? Nothing.
Yeah, apparently
Your
nothing.
dignity.
That's a 7.
That's a no.
No, if it wasn't a disadvantage, you know what? I wouldn't have done that bad.
You go to pick up the mallet and lift it over your head to swing, and it just kind of rocks you back, and you can't get it up off the ground.
That's beautiful.
And Darren punches you in the arm again and says, "Give it a shot again, little sport. Go on, you can do it." He's like giving you a little bit of jeering, cheering on.
I'm
You
going to pick up the mallet and hand it to
fuck. Let's do it again.
Paula.
Go for it. Athletics check at disadvantage. No.
That one.
I feel so much better now.
You don't even get to.
What?
You don't even get to heft
I
it.
guess.
Like he drops it into your arms, and then you just kind of fall down with the mallet.
No.
Man, I'm much
Damn.
better at lips shit.
It's like being pinned underneath a barbell at the gym.
Sure. I guess I see this funny little kid playing with a
I'll-
hammer.
I'll
I
take the
approach.
mallet off of them.
He's drawing quite the spectacle. He's a little cartoon character, so obviously people are interested.
I approach because this is funny. I've never seen this before.
You're a little animated one, aren't you?
What? She never seen a halfling before?
Oh, you're a
God.
half. I should have realized sooner.
Yeah, what the fuck did you think of?
I look around to make sure there aren't any children around.
There's one who's with her mom who's immediately covered her ears as soon as you said that.
What the? I mean, what the frick did you think I was?
A
Don't
child?
feel- I'm guessing not all. You know,
I mean, a
If
beard
you
would
said-
help.
Oh, my hell.
I'll tell
know,
you what, kid. If you want to try one more time, I'll let the nice man behind you help you out.
You know what? I've already been called a child today. By like 4 different people now. You know what? I literally have nothing left to loot.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm gonna like hold the back of the mallet. That way it won't like weigh them back.
That's
Alright.
normal.
The mallet's not even that heavy. It's just that she's small.
Yeah.
So you hold the back of the mallet. Go ahead and make either one of you. I'll say, if
I'll
you
do
want
all
to
that.
cheat and give the hammer a little push, you can roll athletics. If our halfling friend, all right, well that okay.
That's much better than I've done.
That's a 9. You actually managed to get it over your head and smack the board, but it all it does is lift the iron up to about the 1 tick mark.
Looks very cheery either way.
He's like, Darren's like, whoa,
I look-
Jesus.
I look like I'm gonna shout something, but like I'm aware that there's a child in the room.
I'll tell you what, I like you, and you provided me a good deal of attention, so I'm gonna just flip you this, and he just flips you a silver piece.
A what piece?
Silver piece.
Heck yeah.
Oh, they said go piece.
Shiny.
No. No, silver.
He's very excited about this shiny.
Don't spend that on all the candy at once, alright?
No, I'll probably give this to my little sister. Fuck, brother, I forgot. I don't have any sisters. I'll probably give this to my little man.
Oof. Just lay off the rock candy, alright?
Yes.
I
Alright.
don't even like candy that much.
Darren's now actively ignoring you. He's just, step right up and test your strength.
I'll go up next.
Prove yourself the strongest in the land.
Alright. Let's see where this takes me.
Apart from Celestial and Common, probably Sylvan or Elvish. Most likely Elvish.
I got 2, so.
So Sylvan and Elvish, most likely.
I'm gonna take a deep breath and I'm gonna swing my hammer. Oh shit!
There you go.
Nice.
You know what? Meets it beats it. So you take one hefty swing, you wheel the hammer around in a circle and slam it down, and the weight flies up to the top and smacks the bell. The audible ding
Wait.
can be heard out, and two failing people cringe at the sound of this brass bell.
Warlash kind of turns around sharply, you hear the ding. Just mutters a curse in Dwarvish and just continues walking away.
Wait, Matt, what'd you roll?
Okay, listen, I'm gonna look at him real quick. And
I rolled
like,
exactly
my
the
mouth-
amount, 18.
Hey,
Oh God.
don't swear. There's a child in here.
Ugh.
Or any
I
of the
think it's
children
all good.
Dwarvish.
by the way.
Darren has like the bottom lip puckered out, kind of like, I'm really impressed look on his face. He goes, right, seems we've got a winner. And he grabs behind him a sack of silver pieces and tosses it your way. It's a small sack. It's got 9 silver pieces in it.
Alright.
And then he also hands you a bottle of dwarven mead.
I'll be saving this for later during the revelries. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Kenrick approaches, seeing someone he recognizes.
Hey, I remember you.
Yeah, you're Darren.
Right. Care to try and test your luck?
I mean, I'm not that strong, but I guess I can give it a try.
Sure. Roll an athletics check.
Am I still dry?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only been an hour and a half, and you drank a whole tanker of that shit. So you are
Oh!
You're at disadvantage, my friend.
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, no. Not faring a whole lot better than the child, and with your inebriation, you're having a little bit of trouble staying upright while you hold this massive mallet.
I'm
All
to
right.
get pissed off too.
Oh, All right, let's give us one more try.
Hup.
One more for good luck.
Roll it.
Athletic
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. Ah.
Natural one. Please tell me it's a
It's
natural one.
14.
Oh,
It
so
is-
close. That's
Yeah, but
decent.
the second roll's a natural 20.
Oh,
Bitch,
man.
that's higher than I ever got. What are you complaining about?
Would have fucking broke it. Yeah, no, you almost get there. You're like you get the weight up about halfway, which is impressive for someone in your state. But unfortunately, no dice.
All right, I didn't do too bad. I can live with that.
Try it. Come back and try again if you ever sober up there, buddy. I know I leave off the bead
God.
from your prize.
I don't know what it was that I drank, but it tasted good.
Oh, I bet it did. Step up, try your luck. Prove yourself the strongest in the land.
I'm gonna go wander off and look for another game. to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
There
walking over
are
to the
1,
archery
2,
game.
3, 4. There are 4 other
I got
games.
my welcome stats set up if you want.
Hey, heck yeah, we're going.
Oh, you want me to introduce your character now?
I mean, just whenever you're good, because I got the hit points are 7, and I got all that shit sorted.
Cool. I think we may have done this correctly. I don't know. Oh, that's why.
We're switching music. Why are we switching music?
We're not. It just restarted.
Okay.
Are you sure you
Don't
got everything
worry,
set up?
It's on.
No, not Siri. Siri, shut up. God damn it.
God
Oh,
damn.
you have to finalize before it shows up.
Why
in
do
the
you
token.
even have Hey Siri on?
Okay. Well, then never mind. I'll shut up again.
Yeah, just wait until you hit apply changes and then it'll go. Okay, so
Alright.
who wanted to do what?
I wanted to do archery. I don't know what else that everyone else wanted to do.
Okay, so there's archery, there's a drinking game, there's a 3-legged race, and then there's blackjack.
I'll take the drinking contest because I actually.
Hey,
20.
blackjack, fun.
I have 20 charisma. I have 20 con.
Small
Fun
child
fact:
going to play blackjack.
I just learned how to
Black-
play blackjack like last
Wait. Oh God. Card.
fact. I've never played Scrabble before.
We're not going to play actual blackjack because that would take too much time, but I will make you do skill checks for most of these.
Why not?
Yeah, that's forever.
So let's do the archery because that's the one that I heard first. So you go up to the archery. There's a familiar Scottish man there waiting for you, and he's got 3 short bows set up in front of 3 targets. The targets,
Alright.
despite the size of the map, I know that it's kind of short, and I was stuck for space. The targets are about 50 feet away, and they have rings that go inward toward the center, different colored rings that are obviously worth different points.
How you doing?
Hello, I was waiting for you. You're looking to start up the show. You want to be one of our first participants?
I kind of like look around and I go, sure, why not? I'll give it a
I
shot.
just realized.
All
I
right.
just realized this guy sounds like perennial.
that's my only Scottish accent I can do.
It's a phase
Never,
of money,
you've
don't
never
believe
worked an
it.
honest day in your life, have you, lass?
Oh my God.
It's pretty damn close. I can do Gollum pretty well too, but I'm not gonna get there yet.
Yo, that was real.
Yeah. Oh no.
So, who's gonna step up and match our ranger in the ring, or rather in the target ring? Come one, come all, and test your might, or rather your skill. Archery competition. Winner gets a prize. Is anyone else gonna join in the archery, or will I have
I'm
to
gonna be
break
right back,
commoners
bud.
out?
My dad's making bacon.
All right, you do that. Anyone else want to be in the archery thing?
Not at all.
Nope.
Cool.
Nah.
Damn.
Commoners it is.
Fighting really
Where are my
important
commoner
thing.
stat blocks? Okay, let's see. Commoner, there you are. Boop. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of competition. I'm gonna say a fellow ranger joins the fight.
Okay.
A new challenger has appeared.
If I beat him, do I get to unlock him and play as him for the rest of the campaign?
No, because he starts at level
Damn it.
5.
Oh,
I'm gonna give him penalties because he's using a short bow.
okay.
Okay. So, actually for this I'm gonna roll my physical dice so you don't know what they get. Okay, so for this it's just it's an attack roll with a short bow.
I'm just gonna attack roll with the longbow because it's the same roll, just different damages. Is that okay?
It's fine.
18.
Hey, not bad. The way this works is that there's different ACs you have to hit, and the higher you manage to roll, the more points you get. So I'm going to roll for a commoner, and I'm going to roll for an E-Dress guy. Okay. The E-Dress guy got a natural 20.
Ow.
Commoner got a 14.
Okay.
So that's not too bad.
Alright.
So, the commoner just barely gets it into the middle ring, which is the second ring from the end of the target. You, with your 18, get to the innermost ring right next to the bullseye. The middle ring, by the way, is worth 15 points. The inner ring is worth 20. So right now it's 15 to 20, and then with a bullseye on a natural 20, you get 30 points. So the Idras guy, who, by the way, has this like gross kind of pencil, like French mustache, like French pencil mustache,
No.
and like long, lanky black hair, he kind of sneers at you like, "Come on, you can do better than that." Then knocks his next arrow and takes another shot.
I don't know if you can, though.
Roll it.
25.
Ooh, natural fucking 20? Almost natural 20. Anyway, so you get the bullseye in the next one. Let's see how they do. Oh, not as much. You get the bullseye, and it throws both of them so far off their game that they don't even hit the fucking target. They rolled a 4 and a 5. The AC for the outermost ring, by the way, is 10. So they ain't getting shit. Idris guy actually came close with his bonus, but not quite there. So they both missed the target altogether. Right now, it is you in the lead with 50 points, followed by Idris Guard with 30, and then Commoner with 15. Third and final arrow. Roll it.
Alright, here we go, boys. Moment of truth. 24.
24, another bullseye. So you get another 30 points, easily closing out the round. The Idris Guard comes in second, hitting the middle ring, earning himself an extra 15 for a total of 45 points. And the Commoner misses the target again. They're like, I had no fucking chance. These guys are Rangers of Idris. Why did I fucking join this competition? There's zero chance I was going to win. But you, being the victor, are granted a very generous prize, 50 silver in a coin pouch, and a quiver of 20 arrows.
Nice.
They are very nice arrows. You will always be able to get them back after you fire them. So the normal rule for arrows is you get half your arrows that you fired back. With these, you get all of them back, because they're just sturdy as hell.
Alright, and I assume they weigh the same as normal arrows?
You just add 20 onto your arrow count.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright.
And we have a winner. And he holds up your arm in like a boxing champion stance. Hands you your cash, gives you a handshake, and sends you on your way, and sets up for the next round of archery.
If the ranger and the commoner is around, I'll shake their hands.
Yeah, the commoner shakes your hand, kind of looks sheepish, and then scoots off to go get a beer at one of the tents across the way.
You got Rita talent.
Right. I've got talent. Sure.
Don't get us coached now.
He's like, dude, I'm just a woodworker. I've got nothing on you. And he goes to get himself a beer.
And Pencilbeard.
Oh, Pencilbeard. Well, I see why they let you in, at least. Damn fine shot.
Thank you. You're not too bad yourself, though. Little slip up there.
Well, I was just so taken aback, obviously.
No.
I also might have sneezed in the middle of the last one. Anyway.
Sure. Thanks for the compliment.
Right. He
Hope
gives you
you
kind
get
of a and a salute, and strides away to go off and do whatever things guards do off duty.
All right.
Okay, who's next in the gaming ring? Kinrick hasn't had a game yet. Why don't we do you? Bryonic's up, by the way. He'll be here eventually. Oh wait, Solus went to go get bacon. That's right. Fuck. Well then we're going to Dwarf Man.
Cool.
Please don't be with us in a sex, Bryonic. I cannot explain to you how awkward that's going to be listening back to the recording. This poor guy. I know he can't see the chat on the video, but I have to bring it up just to embarrass him. So anyway.
And he's in the chat. He's in the chat.
So anyway,
I'm gonna embarrass him as soon as I join in. Let's hear it.
Hush, we're doing fucking carnival games.
Ranking contest. Footnote direction.
If you want to be a part of this, load up Roll20, drag your character in there, and we can do some stuff. Vorlash, you're up for a game. You're playing blackjack, yeah?
No, I'm playing the drink contest.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The little gremlin wanted to play the card game. Okay, so the drinking game. Really simple. Constitution saves. It's a game of Constitution saves. It starts at a DC of 5, increases by 5 for each additional mug you take. First one to pass out or vomit up their ale loses and has to pay the others tabs.
Alright.
Oh, I'm gonna go open the door for my dog.
Person who is the last one to do all that gets a small prize of everything everyone else paid for their tab. So basically you get all of one guy's money because he would have paid for everything.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Okay, for this I'm going to, of course, have one shitty guy and one dwarf. So the dwarf will have a +3 to all of his constitution saving throws, and the commoner will have a +0. On your mark, get set, chug. Roll me constitution save.
Hell yeah!
Natural 20. You wasted it on the early one, but yeah, natural 20
No.
fucking beats it. Let's see what the others get.
Jesus.
Tank, just down and just tank it like a champ.
The commoner passes out after one sip. He got a natural 1. Yep, I'm not lying. That's fucking stupid. The dwarf got a 15 and he's still going. So he's like, well,
Still standing.
that guy's paying for the tab. May the best dwarf win. And he kind of clinks glasses with you and rolls again.
Let's go.
DC of 10. Yeah, you both make it.
14.
The dwarf got an 18. Not
Nice.
too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Again, drink.
Dang it.
Almost. You this last mug was like it gets stronger every time you drink it. They've been going up in quality of dwarven ale as you've been going through this competition, and this last one was just a little too much for you to bear. This guy rolled a 16 plus 3, so he's at a 19. He's sitting pretty. And you kind of like into the bushes next to the table you're sitting at.
I'll give you that.
The dwarf next to you.
I raise my empty tankard to him in appreciation.
The dwarf next to you clasps you on the shoulder and then headbutts you, and then takes home his prize of 2 gold pieces.
Hey, so how much silver did I burn?
To shiny gold. You burned 5.
Okay, so I have 4 gold, 5 silver.
Yep.
Okay, and it is here where I shall take my leave.
Okay. Normally, you would have
And-
disadvantage on shit for the rest of the night, so we'll just say that you go to bed
Alright.
early, and I'll just delete your character from the.
I'll make my way. We'll see what happens. Anyway, bye bye all.
We shall see.
Bye-bye.
'Tis at this point where we can introduce at least one of our characters. I'm gonna get the one with the health bar out. Hold on. There you go. Use that one. So, as you all are going through the evening's libations, someone catches your eye. You're not quite sure why at first. You think it might have been the armor, but then it's something about their face, just something about the way that their eyes are not quite human. Their hair is an unnatural shade of pale. And
Found the
the silver paladin's armor and crest definitely serve to enhance the visage. If you'd like to introduce whatever I haven't already done, Draxos, we can get you introduced to the campaign.
Yeah, standing at that 6'4", as you, he's a very built individual. However, his face is very soft and young, it seems. And again, dressed in the silver paladin robes, he seems very focused at this time, just sort of searching around the area for whatever he can find. Anything out of the ordinary or sort. He doesn't seem to be paying any mind to any of you. And that is Draxos Brakar. Is his commander with him as well, or no?
No, your commander would be probably off on duty
Ah.
at this point. You were put on leave. Being the young man that you are, you're allowed out for the night. Don't expect too much trouble except from drunk riffraff, and frankly, silver paladins are above that, so.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, he is going to instantly, as soon as he walks in, he's like... What? He's instantly going into wandering around looking for crime, and then realizes, wait, that's not what I'm here to do. He'd like to do a strength combination, if possible.
You see a sad, kind of drunken, pissed off dwarf headed off to bed, and you're like, oh, well, wonder what happened to him. And then as you look the other way, you notice a game in this blue tent behind you over here, with a balding man with a reddish brown handlebar mustache and mutton chop combo, leaning on a wooden mallet next to what looks like a hammer and bell game.
Alright, can I arrest him for that combo, or...?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you are the holy police, not the fashion police.
Got it. Alright. I would like to attempt to approach the tent, make conversation.
Make an acrobatics check to keep from tripping over your own feet as you attempt to approach someone.
Got it.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. You walk up
Got
to
me
the dude.
excited.
No, I'm not going to make you do that. You walk up to the dude. Hello, you look like a strapping young soldier, if I do say so myself. How about you try your hand at a little game I've concocted here? Swing this mallet as hard as you can. Try and get that iron weight to the top and ring the bell.
I would quite enjoy such an action, sir. How much?
Free. My prize has already walked off, so, I mean, it's just for bragging rights at this point.
Then I will do my best. And he would approach it. Grip the hammer. How does it feel?
Heavy.
Weighted well, or
Heavy. Heavy toward the handle. Or, sorry, toward the head of the axe. Or
Gotcha.
the fucking
That's why you
maul.
fucking lift it.
It's a big wooden fucking mallet. It's like the thing in Dark Souls 3. Like this gigantic, oversized wooden mallet that just is completely unwieldy and highly useless when it comes to actually doing anything other than maybe forging with it. Or driving stakes into the ground. So you need to make an athletics check, my friend.
Boop. 19.
Hey, not bad. You actually are the second person tonight to have rung the bell. Congratulations. You slam the fuck out of this thing, and it goes sailing up toward the top of the pole and hits the bell square on, making a familiar dinging sound to those of you who heard it not but half an hour earlier.
If I'm finished, with the archery game at this time, I'll walk over and give a few claps and maybe even a few cheers, depending on how riled up the crowd is.
There's no crowd. No one's playing for prizes anymore.
You're literally just doing it to do it.
Yeah, it's just for bragging rights. The last person to do it, being you, took home the prize money in the mead. So, really, everyone's just the only people who are trying this now are the drunk people who think they have something to prove. And of course, our dear friend Draxos. So, right, well, you've got bragging rights for the rest of the night there, laddie. Wish I could give you something, but afraid I'm fresh out of prizes.
Oh, it's quite all right, sir. Thank you for holding such an establishment. It's quite entertaining, if I may say.
No problem. And remember,
Over here, mate.
my name's Darren. What? What can I do for you?
I'm gonna walk over to Draxos, and I'm going to open the bottle of mead, and I'm gonna hold it up to him and say, "You can have some if you'd like."
Thank you.
We're winning the competition.
You kind of take a moment. He's thinking back, contemplating if he should take it. Then, with a smile, he'll say, "Thank you, sir. Taking it from you. What is your name?"
Oh, I'm Orion.
Orion, that is a lovely name. I am Draxos. Draxos Rakar.
I hold out my hand to shake.
He takes it with the other hand. Just, oh no, you never shake hand left hand. He moves it over his left hand and shakes his hand with a firm, polite shake.
Hey, VG, I'm done. If you're good.
Yay! Now, strutting down the catwalk, we come to our second to last character to have yet to be introduced. I really should stop this festival music and play some fucking Beyonce or something, because this chick is gorgeous.
Bitch.
She is the most beautiful person anyone has ever seen, and she turns every head that she passes by.
I need a picture.
Oh, here, I can put up a reference.
Yeah, so
Play some-
if you
I
would
can put-
drop it in the characters chat in our Discord.
Characters?
Drop it in
Okay.
the characters chat in our Discord, and you can see what she looks like. And then I'll have you describe her so that I don't have to.
Okay. So, if you're looking characters, that's what she looks like?
Dang.
That's a lot of money well spent.
Yup.
I have no comment other than Draxos's.
So I don't know if there's a runway or anything, but she probably comes from the same place that the Dragon Paladins do.
Yeah, probably from the north.
Uh,
You arrived to the
the
party,
same area.
unfortunately late, but just in time to catch the carnival.
Yeah. And she looks like a child, but with the, like, she acts like a child, but with the obviously body of a full-grown woman. Beautiful, golden blonde hair. The only thing that sort of turns people, like, I don't know, like, is strange about her is her eyes are a dull white pupilless.
We found
Other
the
than that,
Hey.
she's just this,
and I'll go home now.
just
Alright,
this
found the shadow magic.
When Draxos,
beautiful thing.
when you look at her, you immediately go, "Oh fuck, Azamar."
Oh fuck!
Everyone else is like, "Oh, she's pretty and her eyes are weird."
Look where?
Everyone else is like, "Oh, she's pretty and her eyes are weird." That's cool.
He's like, oh. Terry, what was your character? I'm so sorry.
Orion.
Orion would instantly notices, Draxos would give like a very strange look, and just like it would click in his head if that makes sense.
Ex-lover of yours?
See the gears spinning in place.
She's
Pardon?
just like wandering from
I
tent to
said
tent.
she's an ex-lover of yours.
Uh,
Seems like a fine catch if so.
No. She is just an Azamar, I noticed.
Oh.
Those
I'm gonna,
are.
turn to her and I'm gonna like process this in my head. Do I even like understand what that truly means?
You know very little about Azamar. I'll say make a history check at disadvantage.
Good thing I'm bad at history.
Yeah.
Hold on. Disadvantage. History. I can never find it. Why is everything so blurry?
Somewhere in the middle of the stat block.
Yeah, I found it.
There you go.
Okay, well that's an 18 apparently. Cool.
All right. They are
Let's go, dude.
they're half angels peoples. They're very rare. Not a whole lot of them are around. Seeing two in one place is extremely rare. Um, and especially one as open as this one seems to be. Draxos passes for human for the most part. Um, Obviously, you don't know he's an Azamar, but with her, it's blatantly obvious that she's somewhat this alien creature. And you couldn't quite put a finger to it until you heard the word Azamar, and you're like, oh, celestial blood. Interesting. I've never seen one in real life. You've probably never ever seen one. In fact, no one other than Draxos probably would have ever seen one.
Because I look in a mirror once or twice.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hey.
Draxos knows what he looks like, but everyone else is like, oh, it's like a rare butterfly. Look at that.
I am more than just a butterfly. Take it back. No,
So is there any music anywhere?
Oh yeah, there's like minstrels and shit. That's the best of you're
So-
gonna get from me, minstrels and shit. The background
So
music
she'll
that's
go
going on in Roll20 is what you hear.
Around where they're starting to play, where they're playing, and she'll start gathering people to dance.
I would
Just
die
try
for
to
her.
persuade people to dance.
Okay, make a
Known her for exactly
make a
2 seconds,
persuasion
but I would
check.
die.
Make a persuasion check.
Yep.
Okay. Hold on, let me get to.
what is she doing?
She dancing,
No, he's saying that to O'Brien. What is she attempting at this time?
dancing in the moonlight.
I believe she's
Hey.
going to participate in the festivities.
19.
She dancing, baby, and she is hot. She knows how to samba like nobody else. She's like Esmeralda from fucking Hunchback. She knows how to fucking boogie down.
This is
Um,
my favorite. What's it called? Salsa music.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever
Does
whatever the medieval equivalent of salsa is, that's what she's doing.
Does the Silver Paladin attempt to dance?
And lots of people are attempting to dance with her right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he doesn't even know. No, he doesn't have no idea how to
Doing
dance.
like she's having the Celtic circle of people dancing.
Oh yeah,
They
there
love
are
a good man in uniform.
there are probably 10 or 11 people, men and women both, all clamoring around her asking for her hand to dance.
Do I notice do I notice the mass of people starting to dance?
Oh yeah.
Ah, well, Kingworth's gonna want to get in on that because dance.
Okay. Make a performance check, both of you.
Oh, and by the way,
No,
Cyrano like starts singing to the music.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
dear
like
Lord.
gently nudge him in, try to I'll even roll persuasion if I have to.
No. Drax will be like, I've never danced before.
Well, there's only one way to learn.
Oh, by the
You don't
god.
got two left feet.
Is this still a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Ah.
You drunk, boy.
Two natural 20s! 22! Eat it!
There you go.
No way.
That's amazing.
I'll take your
What a
word for it.
god, dude.
For some reason, and this is beyond the realm of physics and logic, the drunkest person probably at this place is able to dance like a god. You for all intents and purposes, for all intents and purposes, you look like a god of the forest. Like a magical creature has just entered the fray and is starting to dance with this beautiful like angel lady. It's without a doubt the most magical thing these people have seen all night, and people are chucking coins at you now. They're throwing you money.
I'm shamelessly using
Cyrano at this point
prestidigitation to
would
make
just
some
like
music.
start to move towards him and just do like a partner's dance.
Devin is playing a female, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, I am playing a female. I have not
No,
spoken
the
yet.
other Devin.
No,
is
the
also
other,
playing a
they are
female.
female as well.
No,
Phoenix
other
is huge.
other Devin is a dude. He's just a very effeminate looking
This
dude.
is very long hair.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a dude, my dude.
Oh. I was
Kendrick's
like
hair goes down to his
100%
point.
sure that was
Hold
a female. I'm not gonna lie.
I can zoom in on the recording so y'all can see, but
Percy.
No, you're right. But like,
Why
holy shit.
am I doing this advantage? I'm not supposed to be doing advantage right now. What the fuck?
Yeah. No,
You should be
Draxos
doing it
now
eventually.
really wants to get the fuck out of No, he's gonna jump in. Why not? What's
All right,
the worst
Draxos.
that could happen?
Draxos, who has never danced before, make a performance check at disadvantage. That's
8.
regular.
At disadvantage.
8.
Okay.
8.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
You jump in and the crowd immediately shoves you out of the way. Like, somebody runs in and shoves you out of the way and then throws a handful of
Does
coins.
Cyrodiil see this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very obvious.
Cyrodiil will lead the crowd towards the guy who just got pushed out and pick him up and start trying to teach him how to dance.
Okay. You can make a normal performance roll, both of you.
Oh my god.
He takes away your advantage, and you take away his disadvantage.
You got it.
It's still a 9.
Draxos is very like
That's persuasion, but that's still a
Performance.
10.
Performance and roll normally.
Why? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing advantage right now. Please help.
Your character sheet might be
You
set
have
up wrong.
always advantage.
Hold on.
Oh, not 20?
Oh.
I forgot to set up a sheet. Hold on. I got it.
Wait,
Give
you
me 1
roll
second.
normally though. You don't need a double roll.
What do you mean? I rolled a nat 20.
You rolled a
Okay.
9.
Hold on. Don't touch anything.
Yeah, give me.
Oh wait. Okay. Thanks though.
This is the process, my friends. This is what we have to do every time. Okay, there we go. Now you're set. Also,
Okay.
you're gonna want to untick like bless and guidance and all that shit before you roll.
Yeah.
Huh?
Unclick the check boxes that say bless and guidance and all that.
Yeah, no, that's just still there. I can delete it all if you need.
Well, you're not supposed to be rolling with any of those yet, unless you're
Don't
using
delete it,
those
just
magic.
uncheck
In which
them.
case,
All right. Now we go. Let's go.
there you go.
And still rolled with
You
bless.
still rolled with guidance. It's fine. Whatever. We'll just take the 13. So
Help. Please.
through whatever means, Draxos immediately improves and begins dancing and leading, and she is now the follower, drawing less attention to herself and more attention to her partner. And you begin this, frolicky Celtic dance that ends in a flourish, and everyone cheers, and there's about 50 golds worth of coins at your feet.
Wait a minute. How much was tossed to Kenrick?
20 gold. Sure. No, well, the both of you, 20 gold, so let's say you get about 15 of it. And then the rest goes to Draxos and Cereal Lady, because I can't remember her name right now.
Siri. Just call her Siri.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her the
Hey
Witcher name.
Siri. God damn it! No, not you.
Oh, okay. Alright.
That's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna call her Siri from now on. My phone is gonna hate me.
I'm
Can I
evil.
ask how Siri would respond to would she also know that Draxos was an Azamon?
She can make an insight
She
check if she wants.
hasn't been paying attention.
Fair enough. Okay.
If you want to, you can make an insight check, but if not, then fine.
She leaves her share of gold on the ground and goes off to have more fun.
Cool.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would die for her.
There's definitely still about 30 gold on the ground if anyone wants it.
Draxos fucking jumping that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, money. Broke elf boy need money.
I'll pick up a few of the coins.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Draxos would walk over to O'Brien and give him 20 gold.
So Draxos add 10 gold to your pot. Kenrick add 20, and Orlando Bloom add 20.
Orlando
Yes.
Bloom.
Orlando. Okay.
Wow.
Th- this is as a thank you for shoving me in there.
No worries.
Okay, now Ducky's been left out for kind of a long time, so
Yeah, no, Ducky, come in.
let's rewind the clock a little bit to our little halfling playing a game of blackjack with a bunch of gruff older men.
Hey.
No one's gonna know if they're bluffing.
Okay, so the way this one works is you have a choice. You can either roll sleight of hand, insight, deception, or persuasion. Your choice. The highest roll among the people at the table is the one who wins the pot. It's a 2 silver buy-in per hand. So every hand you
Money.
play, depending on the number of players, will have a certain amount of money
Let me
in it.
look at my stats real quick just to see. So what were my options again?
Sleight of hand, insight, deception, or persuasion.
You know what? I'm gonna try hand at some some sleight of hand.
Cool. All right, so there's 3 other people currently playing at the table with you. So the pot is 8 silver. You put 2 silver in and make your roll. So roll your sleight of hand. Everyone else is going to roll what they roll, and I'll tell you what they get.
19.
Hey. So, the pot splits between you and one other gnomish gentleman. The other 2 people kind of they had good hands, but not as good as you. You and he actually split the pot, and you take home 4, and he takes home 4. You want to play another hand?
Sure, why not?
Cool. Roll your roll. I'll roll mine.
Oh no, that's worse.
What'd you get?
13.
13? Okay. This time, the portly gentleman to your left, clean shaven, except for a soul patch, wearing an apron from what is clearly a butcher's job, takes home the pot of 8 gold. So subtract 2 silver from whatever winnings you have. You're currently up to.
I got 4 for that first.
One more go.
Yeah.
Cool. 2
Why
silver.
not? I'm gonna do insight this time.
Okay.
That's a 23.
Ooh, very nice. The portly man again has a really good hand. The other 2 have crap and they fold immediately. But you managed to beat him out just barely. And you get to take home the 8 gold. Or sorry, the 8 silver.
After that, I'm just gonna like offer him my hand.
Like your cards?
No, my actual hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna offer him a handshake.
He's pretty big, so
Although,
your hand looks like a fucking pretzel in his hand. He's like, well, that was pretty nice, I guess. You're really good at blackjack.
Yep.
My pa
That's like
always
luck,
says
you know?
that I just get lucky at cards.
Yeah. I can respect that. This is a nice game. Hope we can do it again sometime.
Okay.
Have a nice day, sir.
Okay, and he goes,
Tip off.
he kind of lumbers away looking slightly confused.
How much did I win from that?
6 silver total.
Hell yeah.
So whatever you had before, add 6 silver to it.
I now have 9 silver.
Nice. Alright. Anyone else want to do anything else before we skip ahead?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So, toward the end of the night, things are kind of winding down. People are looking very tired, but no one is going to bed just yet. It seems like everyone's kind of waiting for something to happen. And that's when you hear it. This loud, booming noise accompanied by a very bright flash of red in the sky. It freaks you out at first. And then those of you who are over 10 years old realize, oh yeah, the fireworks. The fireworks.
Listen, every time
Seen
a firework
fireworks
goes off
before?
near my town,
Oh.
I still think they're like gunshots. You legitimately cannot tell.
Yeah, well, I mean,
People on the farm over there fire off their guns all the time.
your little halfling man has never even heard of what a gun is, nor could ever think of what one is. So gunshots are out of your periphery. It's more like, oh god, the sky is falling. But nonetheless, it's a fireworks show, and the fireworks, as all of you are aware, mark the signing, the renewal of the treaty between all 4 houses, and the beginning of another decade of peace. Everybody starts cheering and oohing and awing at the fireworks. The other thing about these is that they're not out of character. They're not gunpowder fireworks. Nobody knows what gunpowder is in this setting, at least not yet. So
They're
they are
fireworks.
they are
Or
a-
pyrotechnics.
yeah, they're pyrotechnics basically. They're magical fireworks. So to everybody around here, except for maybe Kinrick, this is like a magical, mystical night of wonder, and everyone has their eyes just glued to the sky.
Yeah, may I take a sip of the ale that I was gifted by O'Brien?
Oh yeah.
I meant to give you like a sip or two and like share the bottle with you, but I mean, yeah, you can just have the whole dang shit.
No, he's
Okay,
taking
I
a
don't drink
sip.
that.
He's not stealing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll split the bottle. I don't drink that much in character.
No, neither does he. He's a guard. He doesn't drink. He's not on duty, so 4.
Oh, well.
You drunk, boy.
As Kenrick is staring up at the fireworks, he tries to recreate the present.
You're gonna
I guess
cast a
I'm gonna have
spell?
to roll con too very soon, so I'll just do that now.
Just kind of looking over to O'Brien.
Hold on. Did I hear
O'Brien?
prestidigitation from somebody?
O'Brien?
Yee.
Okay.
Well, I rolled an 8. Lovely.
Draxos, the auburn-haired elf man next to you points at the sky, and a bright flash of green fires from the end of his fingertip.
Oh. That's. What did you do? What did you just do?
Dun dun dun.
What?
What?
What
Okay.
was that?
Okay. Fear kind of like. Draxos really disliking that he doesn't know what's happening. He's gonna put his hand to his chest and cast Healing Word, at expending 2 points to. There's 5 points for diseases.
What are you talking
5
about?
points.
You talking about healing hands?
Yeah, I'm saying expend 5 points to remove disease.
Lay on hands. Okay.
Yeah, land hands. I'm so sorry. Why do I keep calling it healing hands? Man?
Well, you have healing hands as well, because you're an Azamar.
He
But
has the good touch.
Touching.
yeah, you've got both,
Nobody.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck.
as
I
opposed to
just
bad touch.
Yeah.
Forever, forever.
So, yeah, I would like to. Oh my god.
Okay.
So annoying.
Yeah, definitely nothing wrong with you, but go ahead and spend those 5 points.
Oh, does that not remove the? Am I no longer drunk if I do that, or?
Sure. You can not be drunk. I forgot that you were drunk for a second. I was like he didn't like curse you with poison or whatever, but okay.
Can I do a little bit of climbing? So
Hey, that's cheating.
Yeah, make an acrobatics check.
Alrighty. I actually officially need acrobatics. Good. Acrobatic boy.
Oh,
Oh,
easily.
that's a 22.
You're like a monkey in the jungle. It's really easy to climb trees. You
yeah.
find a tree in the park nearby and climb up and watch the rest of the fireworks. You also see, as you're heading up, a very angry silver paladin berating an elf that you've seen wandering around the festival.
Oh, wow, that is strange.
Can I bully the elf?
He's not bullying him. He looks like he's about to arrest
No,
him a little
can I
bit.
still bully the elf?
I mean, you can if you want to. I don't know.
Hell yeah. So like I'm gonna stay up there for maybe 10 minutes and then I'm gonna climb back down.
Okay.
and
During
walk towards the-
during that 10 minutes, what are you doing, you two?
Ruby, come back.
Is there a problem?
Oh, what's happening?
This is directed at Draxos, by the way.
What is happening to me? I'm so sorry.
Is there a problem?
Were you the gentleman that just fired a green spell into the air, or you were familiar with that?
Yeah, it's just a cantrip. It's not harmful.
No,
Wait,
okay.
no magic?
What did you cast, if I may request?
It's a small cantrip called prestidigitation. Mainly just use it to make sparks. And I move my fingers a little, and some orange sparks begin shower from my fingers.
Oh, quite lovely. Wow.
I was just mimicking the light.
What else can you do?
No.
Well, I mean, I can make secret messages. That's pretty much it.
He seems to be taken aback by this as he like bends almost like backwards at this response. Can you now?
I'm not very talented, but it was enough for me to get by.
Um, Within time, you may become much greater than you believe. Everything comes with time, so do not sell yourself short.
I love how Draxos goes from, "What are you doing?"
I
Yes, you
know.
can do
You
it,
just
buddy.
went from NYPD cop to Master Splinter.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Listen, Draxos has two forms.
Yeah,
It's either I'm on duty or oh hey, how's it going?
kind of.
He's just
He's
always
it's
polite. He just goes from bad cop to good cop like nothing, man. It's great.
yeah, it's the dichotomy of Draxos. Yeah, that's what it is.
He's good cop or he is bad cop. There's no in between.
There you go.
It's either lawful or lawful good.
Oh no, dog is looking at me. Please do not jump, dog.
Oh,
What a mood. What a dog.
All right.
I'm so sorry. That took yeah.
As the fireworks draw to a close, there seems to be a kind of a build up to a finale. The magical fireworks crescendo in abundance and rapidity until they blanket the sky in this just brilliant technicolor hue of magic and wonder and all that fun stuff. The final
Siradena is taking notes.
the final 4 fireworks, each having a color that represents each of the 4 houses, and those magical sparks turn into and transform before your eyes into the mascots for all the houses. The red Gorgon for the Gorgon House, obviously, yellow eagle for Eagle House, the green serpent for Serpent House, and the blue and white dragon for Dragon House. And they encircle each other before coming together in a gigantic crash of sparks and magic. And everybody cheers, and it's a wonderful time. And that signals the end of the festivities. Everyone begins to tiredly and drunkenly stagger home, or to inns and other beds that they have, including the 4 of you,
Uh,
or the 7-ish of you. I don't know how many there are at this point. 6,
6, I believe.
somewhere
six,
around that
yeah,
number.
7 would be Hunter, but he's not here.
There's 5 because fucking Volstrom left.
Oh right, you're right. I'm sorry.
Siradena is just kind of like
Whoa.
doesn't know when the party ended and still kind of dancing to it with herself.
We should turn in for the night.
Say, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, I could stand. Haven't drinking this much in a while, but I'm sure I've drinking this much before. I could make it work.
I remember this
don't know
mead.
where I'm-
I know where I'm going.
Look, Draxus, what he would do, not to be disrespectful, he's laying a hand to assist O'Brien, but not to the point like it's mostly like he's saying it's all you. I'm just
Yeah.
it's all you, but he's really like lifting him up and holding him and walking him. Like it's all
He
you.
walks mostly for the most part on his own. Every once in a while he may like sway a little bit too much to the side. He's not gonna lose his balance, but like you kind of just push him back just to keep him on the straight and narrow. And then after like a couple dozen paces, he goes, "I don't think I got an in."
I have one near here. I will be staying in. Would you like to join me?
Yes, please.
All right.
I
As
can
the-
compensate you for your time and your time.
There is genuinely no need.
Wonderful. Let's go to the bar or whatever we're going to.
Yes. My father recommended it to me when I stayed here. He said it was a
Where do I have a specific place I'm going to, or
Sure.
sure?
It could
Yeah.
be the same inn.
It's probably the same inn. So I don't think you guys were here for my wondrous bit of improv, but the inn that everyone seems to find themselves at miraculously because I'm the DM and I say so is called the Lucky Leg Tavern. It has a picture of a rabbit on the sign.
I will walk in. I will try to buy a room.
He's like, sorry, we're kind of all fresh out. Should have gotten here earlier, buddy.
Do you have a table?
Ain't nobody using that one. He points to a corner booth.
Good. I'm gonna go. Wake me up in the morning.
You got it.
Just gonna go sit down on the chair and just put his head down. Just kind of defeated.
All right.
Kenrick is gonna
Oh.
walk through. Is gonna
I
ready to
messed
walk.
up.
Did you explode? What happened? Who's getting spanked in the background? What happened?
Good question.
Yo,
Somebody's getting. Yeah. Draxos will
Guys,
mostly
behave.
Draxos will mostly be. He'd like to stand guard, make sure everybody who comes in is okay. Nothing stupid happened.
Sierra Jenna probably comes in a bit later than everybody else because she then finally realized that, oh, we're ending. Okay, damn.
She's the last one at the party. She's still dancing.
How tall are you?
Just dancing with
She's
myself, playing
she's
through her head.
surprisingly tall. She's 5'11".
Oh,
jeez.
magic.
Not the
Damn.
tallest one, but tall.
1 second, I'm gonna
God.
do some measuring
6 foot
here.
Draxos nibbles. Excuse me.
I mean, it's tall for this party. There's not a lot of people that measure up to 5 foot.
Let me
I
look
mean-
at this real quick. Let me just type in 6 feet and
Draxos is just like. I don't
holy
know.
shit! No wonder everybody thinks I'm a child.
You're
I'm
Yeah.
2
I'm
feet
just
tall.
What?
2
And
feet
you
tall.
guys
She's
like
2
an
feet too.
of how tall I am compared to the 6-foot Draco.
She looks like she's like 5, or her character looks like she's 5. He's 5,
Hello, young
Not
one. What are you
5.
doing?
like a toddler or
I've
something. I
met
don't know.
taller 5-year-olds.
Yeah, probably like 3 or 4. Like you look like a toddler. Extremely short
Do I need to
toddler.
grow a fucking beard? Is
You
that
need
what I
to
need to do?
you need to break your legs and then grow them back. Anyway,
That's it.
before we
My skeleton isn't ready to hatch yet.
before we get
Yes. Sierra Jenna
off
has
on
a
a
Zen and
tangent.
is like, is my room still here? But hold on, I got a voice for her. Hold on. Give me
Oh no. This is either gonna get so much
Oh,
worse or
God.
This is
so
gonna
much
be
better.
Tracer from Overwatch.
Kenrick
Oh,
is gonna.
please
no.
Kenrick is just gonna.
room still here.
Right. Yeah, your room's still here. You still got the key that I left you. You know, my key. You're supposed to give back to me when you're done with it.
She like gives a very blank look and then worries and panics and just starts looking all over her dress for the key.
You have a key.
I know, but like she doesn't know where she put it.
It's somewhere.
So after about like
Grandma.
5 minutes,
It's in
Drax-
it's in one of the many pockets on your dress. It's miraculous it didn't fly out while you were dancing.
That character you showed me.
Draxus would have approached if he saw her in some sort of distress. Excuse me, ma'am.
I found it. It's okay. I found it. We are good. Yes. Let's yes, I have the key. Yes. Where's my room again? I forgot.
Upstairs, third door on the left.
I love her so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
And then she flies up the stairs.
Wow. Women
Jesus.
usually ignore me about this much.
Yeah. Get used to it, son. Ain't nobody
She
able to
may
keep
or
up with
may
that
not
thing.
Be just a little bit ditzy.
There's
Don't worry.
I love her so much, though.
Draxus is going to continue to stand by the tavern door, basically by the counter, sort of half crossed arms, half asleep.
yeah. I envy the man who can keep up with that one. Shit. He goes back to cleaning glasses.
What they don't know is that she's actually a maiden, and ain't no man touching that.
That's not what I would meant. Just being able to
Short,
physically
talking,
keep pace while walking with you is a chore.
Hey, not for a wood elf.
It's a power walk everywhere you go. You're like an you're like
She's
an
dashing everywhere she goes, man.
you're like
She's
an
got a life
elderly
on it, man.
it would be like an elderly Floridian couple going everywhere. It's just power walking.
God,
Nonstop.
no.
Anyway,
Oh,
she's
just wait till
gonna
she
walk
starts
in.
flying,
All right.
guys.
Before we get too out of hand, does anyone have anything to do before you go to bed? Anything at all.
Hey, Ducky, have you
I do
made
not
it to the
use-
bar, or
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I have you kind
did
of
you make it to the bar, or are you staying at the inn, or?
Ducky's just passed out somewhere as a child.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go try and search. I'm probably gonna try and find somewhere to sleep at the inn. If I don't, I'm just gonna go sleep in a fucking tree.
Just come sleep at my table.
Yeah, Matt, gotta go
Yeah.
sleep.
All right,
Dave.
never. You know what? I'm gonna go fucking pass out on the table.
All right.
Not
On the table?
Yeah. You're small enough that
Oh,
it doesn't.
I'm
You're
small
fine.
enough to fit.
wait,
Yeah.
VG. When they enter, may I roll an insight check to see
To
if I know if they're a halfling or not?
uh, would it be insight?
No, for the meme, no.
I would.
No, for the
I would
me?
say.
Okay, no, I'd
Are
want to
you-
fail the check anyway.
Are you really looking? Or are you investigating?
No,
Are you just,
I
like,
wanted
glancing?
I wanted to say I failed the check, so I could just as soon as they enter the bar. Hello, young one. Where are your parents?
Well, you could just do that anyway. You don't need to make a check for it.
Yo, what's up? All right, my bad.
When he asked me this, are there any children around me?
It is way past their bedtime. It's like 1 in the morning, by the way.
I'm 20 fucking 2, man.
Oh, then
Yeah, I get it. I'm young by halfling standards, but seriously, why does everybody think I'm a child?
I'm quite sorry. It's your appearance, man.
You're approximately the size of a mouse. If that helps.
Say goodbye to your fucking.
Yes. Also, I wish to inform you before you. The inn has no more rooms left, but the tables are still up for grabs.
Yes, my plan was to go sleep on a table.
It is
Listen, I'm
possible.
small. I don't need to buy an entire room.
Well, I'm glad that you're using
There's
your.
a booth right here, enough for 2.
I thought you were passed out.
I'm gonna
He just,
slam my
he
head back
ignored-
onto the table.
Okay.
He ignores this guy with like an understanding nod and like goes to lay on the fucking.
Oliver and company takes half a point of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god, you turned me into a Windex bottle. Thanks.
You're welcome.
God dang.
Nah, he's gonna go. Draxos gonna give a nod to the innkeeper. Do you believe that is all for tonight? I wish to rest.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna-
attempting.
I'm gonna clean this glass and go home if it's okay with you.
You must. I'm sorry, sir. That is completely fine with me. I could not care less.
Yeah.
As long as you stay safe. And
Sure.
he's gonna-
He's just polishing his glass. Eventually, the barkeep finishes
Go
up
to
and leaves.
Bed. I'm gonna slam my head back on the table, making it a full point of bludgeoning damage.
That's it. No. Draxos is gonna walk over, stand over O'Brien.
Orion.
Pass out.
Orion. He's gonna
Orion.
stand
Conan
over
O'Brien.
Orion and then lay on him. No. Just lay on him.
Hey, stop. He's gonna like try to nudge you off.
Be careful, he might like it.
What the fuck kind of shit you trying to do over there, buddy?
He was being very facetious. I didn't enjoy it.
Get some man, get some
That don't
sleep.
really explain your current predicament.
All right. As your characters bicker themselves to sleep, your dreams are filled with booze and fireworks. Lots of fireworks. So many
And
fireworks.
unicorns.
Many fireworks.
Smiles.
Explosive, very loud, very angry sounding fireworks. You're all woken by a large explosion outside the bar.
I am up and investigating immediately.
There's a fire outside.
If
You
Hey,
smell
hey.
smoke, and there are definitely
Motherfucker,
flames
there's
outside
a
the door.
Fucking fire.
Oh, fire.
He stayed back.
Sure.
Get people out of here.
Man, okay.
Gotta hurry.
You see a flash of like light, like white and red and blue as Cyrodiana dashes down the stairs and outside.
Oh, yep, there she goes.
Okay. Please remain calm. We will deal with the situation accordingly.
Hey, go
Draxus
kick
has
down some fucking doors and tell people to run.
that would cause panic and a lot of unneeded. We just need to be calm and settle the situation formally, okay?
You hear a very loud scream.
Draxus is beelining out the door.
Okay. The rest of you
Because
follow?
Probably whatever's outside is terrifying.
I'm gonna go like knock on some doors in the inn.
Okay. The people there have pretty much already vacated.
Good.
Pretty much every door is
Left in the
open
room?
and left. You do manage to catch there's an older woman with what looks like her grandchild rushing out the door into the street.
Kenrick is gonna run out carrying a handful of stones.
Man, I'm like required to go help them, aren't I? I'm gonna go help people, but
Depends on you.
this is why I don't like awful good characters. Anyway, I go help and see if anybody's trapped by whatever fucking fire's going.
Is everybody outside at this point?
I'm gonna grab my
Yeah.
backpack and head out. Yeah.
None of you are drunk, by the way, so no more disadvantage.
Hey.
When you walk out,
Hey,
everything is on
doesn't
fucking
drink,
fire.
Oh, that's fucking dead.
And there are
Oh.
corpses lining the streets, including several of the people you've seen at the inn before.
How the fuck did they die this fast?
Standing among them is a group of 7 orcish raiders. I'm sorry, is there 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 orcish raiders. One of them, larger than the rest, looks to be the captain. They're all standing over the bodies and what they look to be finishing off some of them who are still alive. As you all barrel out into the street, they all notice the commotion, turn around, and I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Man,
Oh wait,
Just
why?
for looks,
morning.
you've only seen my character smile and show us the joy. She looks pissed right now.
Oh no.
9.
Fuck, I didn't select a token.
Oops, wrong button.
Second.
Inspiration.
Hey, Draxos is the only one who did it right. So, for those of you who don't know, with Roll20, when you click on your token and highlight it, and then click Initiative, it adds you to the initiative order immediately. Those of you who have not done that, do it now.
Ruby, where are you going?
I'm getting the thing.
I'm kind of spacing out, so.
You're fine, buddy.
Damn, my roll got worse. Ruby, come here.
Where is Sarah Dennis token? Shit.
Ruby, no, come
She's
back.
right below Draxos to the right.
Ruby, come on. You wanna get over here? You wanna get on bed? Come here, Ruby. Come here. Come on. Yes, you're very pretty. Oh, nope, you're leaving me.
Thank you.
Did it work?
Yep.
Okay, fuck you too. I love you.
That's 4 out of 5. I need
Shit.
I need Kenrick.
Damn it, Siri.
9.
9? Okay. Add your turn.
Hey, Siri.
What's your dex?
didn't trigger.
Kenrick, what's your dex?
My dex. It is plus.
The number.
17.
Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna roll initiative for all of the orcs. Give me 1 second.
Oh god, no.
Hey, VG.
Mm-hmm.
I also take a moment to look around to see who is ranged and who is not.
I am ranged.
You could do that on your turn.
Got it. Sorry.
I mean, I have dart, but those aren't
Dart.
very good.
We got 2 rangy boys because we have Orion, who's a Christopher Heartfelt wannabe.
Hey, fuck you.
You don't. Cyrodiana has absolutely no weapons on her that you can see.
You all need to be protected and saved. Ah!
Oh, whose job is that?
That's the frickin' Silver Pally boy.
Oh, and also Cyrodiana is crying and angry.
Oh. I feel horrible now, you bastard.
By the way, before battle had started, could I have like stood behind someone who's taller than me?
Cyrodiana might do that too. Draxus, where are you? Which one are you?
You can move on your turn.
Is this you, Draxus?
Yep. Is this really how it's going to go again? It's going to be that again?
Because blood is back. But
Hey, different characters, same weakness, okay? Shut up.
I can hide behind people that are taller than me, and I can through their space.
Mm-hmm.
No downside.
Yep. Once you can move, you can definitely do that.
And you are slightly taller than her, so she is good. As long
Okay.
as someone doesn't burn my dress.
At the top
Oh,
of
wait, no, I'm in a
initiative,
different dress.
unsurprisingly, is
Teleported.
Orion. What you got, boy?
All right.
Christopher
I'm
Walken.
gonna
Oh,
take
no, there's
aim
no.
at.
Roll was a 21. It's fine.
Let's see where these orc raiders at. The orc raiders don't have tokens.
They do.
They do. They're just blending in.
Oh, they're just a little weird. They blend in, I guess.
Hmm. If you want here, I'll do this.
I'll just take a shot at the furthest one, actually.
Okay, so this
And
one
I'll
up here
just-
that I'm marking right now.
Where? Yeah, longbow. That is a 10. Fuck.
10 misses. You fire
Yeah.
your longbow, but through the smoke and the fire and the darkness of night, it's hard for you to see. And actually, technically, you should have rolled with disadvantage. It's a little bit dim out here.
Wait, did I hear dim?
But you know what?
Cast
I'll
light?
just yeah, I'll assume the fire's lighting up everything, so we don't have to worry about that.
We can Cyrodiil just have dancing lights up?
On your
During
turn.
your turn.
Okay.
But yeah, that
Sorry.
10 definitely goes a little bit wide of that orc in the back there. Anything else you want to do?
Whoop. Hide behind the child. They won't see me.
You definitely don't get any cover.
I look very disappointed in you.
Draxos, you're up.
Nice, bro. Nice.
I look down and I go, what?
God, I both love O'Hayden and Orion.
I am
Oh.
literally at your knees.
Draxos, you're up.
I know. I'm considering what to do.
My head is a little bit.
Hey, actually, Ducky, can you do me the biggest old favor? If you move behind, Pana would, or how would you pronounce it? Or if you move behind the other Devon, because what Draxus is gonna do, he's gonna move here. Would you be alright with moving down here? Well,
Yeah.
that's fair. Awesome, sick. So yeah, Draxus would
We're
move
clear
there,
spaces anyway, so.
and I'm gonna hold my
Not
action.
go into my dress.
He's not stepping on your dress. He's he is also going to hold his action, taking up a defensive stance, holding up his shield against these creations.
Okay, what are you holding your action to do?
Attack anybody that gets within 5 feet of any orc that gets in 5 feet of me.
Speaking of, this bandit in the very front begins to charge up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to go right there, and he's going to make an attack.
No!
He's going to make an attack against the elf with
Ah!
his
I'm sorry, but the fuck?
scimitar.
I'm going
14.
Oh, 14?
Yep.
That hit.
It hits? Okay, 7 points of slashing damage.
Wait, what's the range on this spell? Hold up, I need to change something.
100
Wait,
Fucking
how much?
5 feet.
7
How much?
points of slashing damage.
Oh, I thought you said 11.
No, 7.
Oh.
He rolled really well.
Oh.
In fact, he rolled
God.
max damage.
Jesus. Oh.
So
okay,
he
then.
rushes up to you and just gives you the biggest slash you've ever had across the chest and across one of your arms as well, dealing 7 points of slashing damage. Next up is our quippy little boy there. What you
know
doing,
what?
Ducky?
Since I'm already fucking here, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try and stab the bitch.
Okay.
Do this real quick. Let me try and stab the bitch. Fucking whore.
Stabby stab. Hey, that's a hit. For 9 points of piercing damage. You jab into this guy's side as he slashes across the elf's chest. He's looking already very hurt. Like you hit a kidney or something, he's not going to make it. But he's still
One
up and
second,
running
are
for now.
Are short swords like light? Nope, they're not. Oh wait, they are light.
Yeah.
I can do it again.
You can attack with your offhand as a bonus action. Unless there's a monk thing that I'm not remembering.
Nah, I just have 2-weapon fighting. Fuck, I forgot about that.
If you had a dagger in your offhand, you could attack again if you wanted to.
I have no dagger.
There you go. You got flurry of blows though, don't you? No, you don't
Oh
have
wait,
key yet.
wait. I have unarmed strike.
Punch him in the dick.
Yeah, you can make another attack, can't you? As a bonus
Punch you
action.
in the fucking kneecap.
Okay.
Good luck running without your goddamn ankles, motherfucker.
Your unarmed strike is a D4, yeah. Oh, that's a miss. Unfortunate, but you kicking at his kneecaps doesn't seem to do much.
He's just too fucking tall.
He's
broken
very
his
tall.
legs too many times. They're too powerful.
And this guy is bordering on 7 feet tall. That's how big this fucker is.
Let me pull up the height comparison real quick.
Like you had to jump up and stab him in the gut. Like you couldn't reach that high if you wanted to on your tiptoes. All right, next up. The next bandit in front. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, what the fuck? They are dodging me. These guys are puss.
And he's going to attack a little monk kid who almost fucking disemboweled his friend. Let me pull up the thing. Scimitar.
That's literally the height comparison.
14 to hit.
Oh, that does not hit. Fuck.
There you go. You're nimble and quick and you dodge out of the way.
I am at his. You could just knee me in the face.
Kenrick, you're up.
Dude, can they punt you? That'd be really fun.
They could.
I'm so sorry. It's me.
So here's the situation for you who do not have roll 20. Directly diagonally up and to the right of you is an orc that just fucking slashed the shit out of you. Right next to that guy, on the right of him is another orc, and then the other 4 are grouped up about between 40 and 50 feet away.
Hey, Devin. Better, Devin.
Kenrick.
Kenrick, you better not be muted at this hour.
You better not be eating bacon. Oh, he's not even here. Where'd he go? Did he have to go? I forgot if he had to go. Did he have to leave?
He's still in the chat, so he's just muted. So maybe he's doing something.
Solus is muted for some reason.
Would you, what do you want to do then?
I'm gonna roll for him.
Got it.
Where did I put his stat block? There it is. Okay, he's gonna try and finish off the one directly in front of him, because he can. So he's gonna whip out a dagger and fucking stab. There he goes. So Kendrick whips out a dagger from his boot and then just jabs this fucker right in the stomach and disembowels him the rest of the way. This orc is dead, 100%. Boom. And then he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and take cover behind the corner of this house here.
Hey, Devin.
It's Celestila's turn. Magic Devin, you are muted.
Oh, I fucked up.
Hi, yo, what's up?
You're up.
Actually,
Your turn.
Hey, Magic Devin. Real quick.
Yeah.
Draxos tried saying that to you, not Paula.
Saying what?
Do not let anger misguide your actions. Use that energy to do something positive. It's just what he'd like to say.
So you say that, and you look behind you as angel wings pop out the back of her.
You can't do that at this level, good sir. Can you?
Not until 3rd level, bro.
Not until 3rd level. I'll shut up then. Anyway, so who's close and attacking the damn child?
The one orc.
So you see her lift up her dress.
Oh my god.
I hear you laughing.
Holy shit. Robots.
I will smack you.
What,
I'm
your
sorry.
heater or your fucking router?
I don't know. He got attacked by
No.
Skynet or something.
Terminator's attack, dude.
I'm
Routers.
sorry. Okay, y'all hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, so and strapped to her legs are 2 ceremonial daggers that she takes and stabs and attempts to stab the chef.
Okay. Go for it.
Go on, keeping on.
Hey, that hits. Even without the bonus that you're not supposed to have.
I don't know why I have a bonus.
You have to unclick the
Someone
attack
help.
roll check mark. Unclick every check mark you see.
There's a lot of check marks.
Unclick all of them.
If it's a check, it's bad.
Yeah, unless you have guidance or bless up or some kind of magic item that gives you bonuses to things, then you should not have any of those clicked.
Okay, so yeah. And,
Anyway, you deal 4 points of piercing damage with the first attack.
And do I have an offhand?
Yep. You have 2 daggers, right?
Okay.
So you're good.
Mm,
You just don't add your modifier to damage. So whatever, just roll a dagger again, and then we'll just subtract whatever comes off of it. What the hell? Okay, you gotta roll.
I did guiding bolt.
What the fuck?
Look, I'm not using the mouse I normally use.
You're also not using the command for guiding bolt correctly. Okay, that one's a miss. So you slash this guy across the arm with one dagger, and with the other, he manages to just barely parry you with his scimitar that he has out.
Stabby, stabby.
Alright, that's action and bonus action. Next up, this bandit over here on the far left in the back is going to take out a crossbow and take a shot at the archer in the back behind the little child. Yoink.
Child, you might want to duck.
That's a miss. That's a 5.
Dude, they are
I
suck.
They're bandits. They're supposed to suck.
I'm too
I
short.
love them.
I'm too short to
All right.
duck.
So Terry, who has fallen asleep, does definitely not take 9 points of piercing damage.
I just have to up at this fight.
Okay,
Does
now,
Matt need to wake up? Do I need to wake him up?
yes, you do.
All right, everyone, just
No, I can call him.
Shit. Ah,
30.
I had the wrong thing muted.
It's
muted
okay, I'll call him.
My headset, not my computer.
Matt's alive.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
So nope, you're good. Matt definitely does not take 9 points of piercing damage because he rolled a 5 and he sucks ass. Next one up is the captain-looking fucker.
Hello?
He has this fucking thing where his bonus action, he can move up to his speed toward a hostile creature that he can see. So he moves 35 feet directly to Draxos and then makes a great axe attack.
Alright, well, he attempts that, but the gentleman doesn't seem to remember. Draxos don't care about your little... Oh, that's light. There. Ha!
Miss.
Oh, that would have been so much damage, though. Oh,
Yeah.
But I'm,
It would have been.
it doesn't even matter because I still have dueling active. I gotta remove that, sorry.
Do you have dueling active?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I removed it. Yeah. It's extra
What do you-
D2 die. It's
What
gone
do you
now.
have plus 3?
Go ahead.
Plus 2? Whatever. Okay. Anyway, great axe. It's a 24 to hit,
That misses.
but yeah, okay. 4 slashing damage.
Gotcha. So, how do you want to roleplay that? Does it just dig into my...
So you take your swing at him. He just barrels through, glancing your axe off of his axe and bringing his great axe down across your shoulder, hitting a chink in the armor and catching your arm. Next guy in the back, 5'10". He's going to make a line with the other ones and take a crossbow shot at the lady of the party.
No!
No.
Not the long hair! No.
That's an 11.
Not the long hair trap!
I'm still
Not the
confused
one
as
that
to who we're
trapped.
talking about.
So this guy just took a shot at Celesteela.
What a
Girl,
dick!
you deserve this.
But he missed, I think, with an 11. So
Yep.
He only deserves
There you go.
good things. That's it.
next up, the middle bandit in the back row is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
Dick.
as you're the only one he can reach, and he's going to take a shot at Draxus with scimitar. 7.
Bringing that off his shield.
No, 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 no.
I've already been hit once. I don't need this.
Orion, you're up. Top
I'm
of
gonna move
initiative.
there.
I would like a little assistance with the gentleman with the large axe.
Sure, I'll give you some assistance. I'll fire at the gentleman with the large axe.
Go for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
23 for 6 damage.
that works. He's looking not super great. Not quite bloodied, but he did just take a crossbow bolt to the arm, and he's looking very, very angry.
Oh, what an angry guy. I can fix that.
Anything else?
No, I believe that'll be all.
Cool. Draxos, you're up. You got 2 very angry orcs attacking you right now.
Yeah, I can tell. Damn it, that's an action. That's an action. Ha! Alright, I can't go on the defensive because I still have 8 HP. The thing is, if one of them roll really good, I'm dead.
Aight.
Battle axe, go! Are
What?
you shitting me, boy?
It doesn't hit either one of them, so it doesn't matter who you were going to hit anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a no. All right.
Getting back in.
Next up, that guy's dead, so we're going to remove him from the initiative. It is Payula.
Dab.
Okay. Dab on
Her
him.
Dab.
Fuck.
That's a no. So that's attack number 1.
I'm still.
Hey!
8 bludgeoning damage. Which is just enough to hop up his body, climb up like a monkey, and then punch his nose into his brain, killing him instantly.
Nice!
Boom, boom.
Wonderful. I
Done.
spit on him.
You don't know. That guy just got his nose punched in, so he doesn't get to go. Kinrick is up. I don't think he's in the chat anymore. Yeah, you only got 2 HP, buddy. If you don't say anything, I'm going to have you take a shot with your longbow at one of them.
He made an.
God, R.I.P. fingers in his ass guy. R.I.P.
Devin! Ooh!
3, 2, 1. Alright, longbow attack it is. I think you have a longbow. Nope, he has a short bow. Never mind.
That's fine. This gentleman better stop breathing.
Wow, his bow is inferior to mine.
That's that.
Sorry, I'm just making sure that I can do this correctly. What's his charisma compared to his dex? Not as good. Okay. Cool. Alright, so he's going to take a short bow shot at
Trying to fix things. Sorry.
4d6. He's going to take a short bow shot at one of the ones in the back. Should he put a curse on him? I don't think he can. No, he's 30 feet, so nope. He's just going to take a short bow shot. Hey, that's not bad. 24 hits, 9 points of damage to the one on the far left.
Max damage. Nice.
Is it max?
Yeah, that was max damage.
Damn. Well, that one's almost dead. Not quite. But he's definitely looking about as bad as Kendrick is right now. And then Kendrick's going to duck behind cover again. Princess Celestia, you're up.
No, I don't mind this anyway. So,
Draxus don't look
who's
too good.
being a dick to the
A guy with a great axe who looks very annoyed.
There's a
Have
very
an arrow.
there's a very large 8-foot tall orc with a big ass axe that just did a lot of damage.
So, y'all just see her hold on to her holy symbol around her neck, and a bolt of fire.
Yep.
God damn, dude.
Give him the roast hand, Skynet. Let's go.
Is it working?
Barely. You need to click on something.
There it is.
Click. Oh boy.
Hello.
You're doing guiding bolt, yeah?
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay. 10 misses.
But an 18. The first one was an 18.
Oh, well, never mind then. 18 does not miss. I'll mark this guy in red so we know who he is. So that's
So we know
against the biggest guy, yeah? 3 points of fire damage to that guy. Next up, it is the swath of
Then
bandits'
I shall
turns.
unceremoniously just go over here.
All right.
Right over here.
Everyone's fucking running. Ah!
I am 7 health, sir. You shut the fuck up.
I still have full. Fuck you.
Hey Legolas, you're no Elven man, Elven Legolas. You're gonna take a crossbow shot. Hopefully you have good cover. Oh wait, you're welcome. You do. That's a 19 though. How much does 3/4 cover give? 5?
Yeah, I believe so. Something like that.
It's still just enough to beat it. Welp, Kenrick is down.
Hmm?
So Kenrick peeks out from around the corner,
Oh,
only to have a
shit.
crossbow bolt catch him right in the shoulder, and he passes out onto the ground, bleeding out and dying.
Not on my watch.
Oh fuck, you do have lay on or healing hands.
Yes, bitch.
Next up is
You're
big guy.
an Far.
You can literally give him 1 HP. Or maybe Draxos when he goes down like this. Do.
Who looks more dangerous, the sorcerer or the paladin? I think the paladin. Great X time.
Most certainly not the 2-foot-tall child.
Great X time.
Fuck off with that.
14. That's
Oh shit, that would have hurt.
that would have been death.
Wait, DM, can these fuckers even see me?
Yeah.
They have to look down at me.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah, but you're not actively hiding behind anything yet. So that big guy misses, which is good for you. The next guy, maybe not. We'll see. Oops, not that button. This button. There we go. Well within range. Okay. Light crossbow on the kid.
Ah!
13 to hit.
That does not hit. Fuck you.
Miss. Dodge out of the way. He shoots his dead buddy in the ass instead. Next one, bandit next to Draxos is gonna shift tactics. Go 5, 10.
Oh, opportunity?
He
No,
never left your
left.
space, so he's gonna just go ahead and attack the
gotcha.
little kid with a scimitar.
Unfortunate.
But I would be flanking.
Tessa 9. That's true. You are now flanking him. He's mad. He doesn't know how to do combat well.
Wait, there's combat?
I know, right? Crazy. But that guy definitely fucking misses with a 9, so we're not gonna worry about him. Orion, you're up again.
The red is the chieftain, right?
He kind of given Draxos a bit of a problem.
Alright, you sons of bitches.
I do.
I'll give you one to remember.
I'm gonna give you arrowhead. Shit.
I'm gonna fucking use that.
Hey.
6 damage to the Capitano.
Turns out that's just enough to finish him off. Boom. Boom, you don't know.
Holy shit.
The arrow
You're
goes
my boy. You're literally.
the arrow goes sailing into his skull, and just as he's about to raise up for another attack on Draxos, you just and then there's all of a sudden this fucking like Hardy Boys level arrow sticking out of his head, except it's not connected by like one of those little hair thingies. It doesn't go around your head, it goes through it, and he collapses onto the ground, still holding the axe.
Oh shit.
Blood and vinegar.
Thank you, my friend. And then instantly turning around and swinging at this gentleman
Go for it.
behind him.
You have advantage.
Got it. $18.
Nice. What are you yelling at, cat? Fucking shut up. That is a lot of damage. 18 definitely hits. And this guy is not looking good at all. You take a swing with your axe and almost chop this guy's arm off, catching him off guard. He was not expecting you to be done with the Orc Chieftain that soon. But now he's like, oh shit, I'm flanked by 2 people. And it's this one's turn now.
Great. I'm too short to
Destroy
run
the
up to
child.
anybody.
Oh
I can't run
god.
fast enough.
PG is actually Alex Jones.
Guys,
Don't lie.
look. I can't run up to either of them.
No, you're fine. Stab the guy right next to you.
Oh, I didn't see him. I don't have my glasses on.
Get your
Yeah.
glasses on. Come on.
All right, Velma.
There's definitely an orc directly in front of you.
Well,
I'd
one
like to
of them
imagine
Uh,
the kid also
the
needs
nine-
glasses, so they push the
the-
glasses and you're like, oh.
The 9 misses, but another nose gets smashed up into his brain with a 13, and he definitely falls down and dies in the face. On his
Well, the 9
fucking
would have been rolled with
face.
advantage due to flanking, right?
That one's dead.
Or is it only?
Also,
It's only for melee.
I can still move.
Okay.
So
I mean, the
I'm
short
gonna
sword would
move
have been
about-
melee.
Go for it.
I'm gonna move about 25 feet this way. Wait, was that 25 feet?
You can go
I
there.
can move
That's
up there.
25 feet right here.
Can move a little bit more. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kid Nuggets, you're up. Is he still at Walmart? I
Yeah,
think he's still at Walmart. Cool. I'm
He's
gonna.
also down.
He's
to
oh,
the
that's right.
third.
He has to make a death save. Shit. Ooh. That's a fail. That's one fail. All right. Princess Cellophane, you're up.
Wait, are you gonna be doing that or am I? You
I'm
want?
gonna do that all through the game, man.
No. I'm saying.
Do you have any range?
I have no range. I have a javelin, but I was saying who's gonna go
Alright.
save? Who's gonna go save the trap?
I'll go save the trap.
You got the trap?
I got the trap. I'll go with the trap.
All right. Devon's now the official trap. Wait, no.
I'm always in the trap. Don't
He's
worry.
fallen for our trap card. Pot of greed.
Which allows me to draw pot of greed.
Part of greed, which
Anyway.
allows me to draw 2 cards and add them to my hand.
God.
I think that's
Love-
30. Sure. Anyways. Yes.
Okay.
No,
Can I drag?
There's lots of zeros and ones in that sentence, but no coherent English.
Can I drag the boy into the thing?
If
Further
you
in this way?
if you dash, you can get 45 feet and then get to him, and then you can drag him behind cover. But then that's the end of your movement and action.
Okay.
Oh
Someone
no!
move
Don't
him
get
in.
blood on your dress.
So you can pull him 5 feet that way.
I have prestidigitation. Fine.
Do you have healing word prepared?
No, I don't prepare spells. Remember, I'm a sorcerer.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot! I love those. Are you divine soul?
It's too bad that cleric
Yeah,
isn't here,
baby.
huh? All right. Next up, Bandit.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't like Archer Man. He's gonna take one more
Yeah, he
shot, and then if he misses, he's gonna book it. Not that guy. This guy. Ooh, that's a no.
That's unfortunately going to be a miss.
Okay, he's gonna run away. He's like, Thoom. Well, fuck. I'm done. Doot, doot, doot. 1, 2, 3, and then he can get off the map and leave. So he's gonna dip and be out of combat.
Dip, tater chip.
Or Captain's dead. Bandit up here. Really doesn't want to deal with you guys right now. He's gonna also leave combat. But before he does, he turns around to leave. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go into here, see if I have his stat block, because if I don't, I'm just gonna have to make some shit
no,
up.
you don't. No.
Yeah, I think I do. Where is he? I put him somewhere. Goo, I know he's in here. Come on. Where did I put him? Son of a bitch. Oh, there he is. I have him.
Hey, we have a child.
Son of a
Sorry,
bitch.
Dutch.
No,
Nobody pay attention to that guy. We're gonna just put him up in the corner.
Okay. Oh god, it was gonna be so meta for a second. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Oh wait, fuck! There's a child here.
Sounds like a
Oh,
chain smoker.
This is the only voice I
Really
can.
do. I expect you
he,
to
d-
put the
See, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage with this, but he definitely kills this orc. This orc turning away and takes one 5-foot step before getting a trident to the chest, which, with the power that it was thrown, sends him flying like 10 other feet off to the side. He's instantly dead. Number one. Number two, that trident flies out of that orc and back around the corner. And none of you can see this, so if you want to, you can investigate later.
Ducky, get out!
Wait, I might have a sight line.
Ducky, I would literally use.
Nope,
No,
you're blocked by barrels and the corner of the house.
Fucking barrels, dude.
That guy's out. At this
Barrels
point,
eat my ass.
At this point, we're kind of out of combat unless you want to continue, but this guy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I want to do healing hands on the trap.
I'm gonna
So-
move and I'm gonna see if I can get one last shot in at the guy running away.
He's gone. He's long gone.
Well, he only got to move like 30 feet.
Oh, he
already
dashed.
took his attack.
Well, he can dash as a bonus action because he's an orc.
What's my range on a longbow?
He took
I might
the
be able to get
fuck
one more
off.
shot at him. Maybe even with disadvantage.
180, I think it was.
It's 150.
Actually, you know what? He can't dash as a bonus action because it's not toward a hostile creature. So yeah, go ahead and get a shot off.
All right, boys.
That's a miss. That's a miss. As you see this, as you take a shot, you glance to your right, and a black armored figure with a trident in one hand, eyes glowing red beneath his helmet, strides around the corner. This guy looks mean. Really, really fucking mean. The
Man,
people who can roll for me to determine who the fuck this guy is are Draxos, Lady Ceiling Fan, and Orion, but Orion can do it at disadvantage.
what is it?
Oh, is it insight?
It's a history check.
Oh, history. All right, time for double 18s across the sky, boys. Let's get it.
-1, boys. Let's go.
I'm screaming.
3.
Natural
Well-
one.
One of those
Fuck.
is good.
You know nothing.
Oh my god, we're all stupid!
Lady Ceiling Fans are only hope.
She rolled a 3!
Oof. None of you know who this person is.
I'm gonna look in dumbfounded, like, shock at the red glowing eyes, and I'm gonna go, that's a cool helmet.
Run, we're getting out of here now.
He turns to you and he's hefts his trident back. What do
Is
you
my
do?
11...
This is the DM saying last chance before you have to fight this fucker.
Is doing.
I'm going
because some of
to
them are
about
like
face and start. Do I dash away? I've already made my attack this turn, so I'm gonna start walking away.
Walking or
Well, I mean moving at a pace of general comfort because I've already moved a bit, and I've also shot this turn, so I don't get much further.
You move, shoot, move.
all right.
You hear Sir, someone help me move him.
On it.
That's a good point. Are you going to stabilize him, by the way?
I said healing hand.
Oh, you were a robot when you said that, so I couldn't tell. What did you heal him for?
However much I can heal. I forget as an admin.
I think it's
It's at least 1.
It's-
so he's up.
yeah, it's something plus your level of asthma or something. I don't know. Hold on. Do you have it on here? No, you don't. But I know who does. Draxos has it. Hold
I
on.
got you. Tell me what you need.
Healing hands.
Hit point
Equal to your level.
equal to my level.
So literally just give him
you got
1
one.
HP.
Yeah, basically,
Hey, that's enough to get up.
basically he has 1 HP, and he's alive. He kind of comes to, the wound sealing somewhat over his chest, but still oozing a little bit of blood. He's like, "Gah, fuck." Very unbecoming of an elf, but there you go.
Ah!
Behave.
Let's move. Let's go.
You have 1 round to get out of here, starting with Orion.
And I'm just as
Dash,
casually as physically possible jogging away
Okay.
at full speed. Those eyes are scary, man.
Next,
Dude, my character would, but he couldn't. That makes
Draxos.
sense.
Draxos, this time around, your inside checks are not as good. You have no idea who this guy is. You just know he's not on your side.
Oh no shit. My thing is, Draxus wants to stay behind to make sure everybody gets out. But flip.
Well, we have injured to attend to. This way. Haha.
I can't get to Devin.
Orion's off the board, so I'm going to get rid of his character token.
I got it. I want to get out or use my action to lay on hands myself for 5. Or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I want to sprint. Not sprint, but get out of there and beckon everybody else. Hey, get out of here!
Get out of there.
And I'll move over here to, like, running in this direction, if that makes sense. And basically attempt to, if I can, assist in moving the injured individual if he needs help.
Okay. So you'll be able to get there next round, I believe, because if you heal yourself, that's your action, and then you move up to 30 feet, which is however
right
far
here.
30 feet is. Yeah, there. So go ahead and put your guy there, and next round you can get to him and help him up. He's already getting up, so just so you know.
Okay.
But, Paulenka, you're up.
I'm fucking dashing. Fuck this shit. I'm over here.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
My
sense.
speed is only like normally 25, so you know what? I have to fucking dash.
Sure. Kenrick is up. He's behind cover, thankfully, so he's not within chucking distance of that trident. He's like, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yes, we need to fucking go. We cannot fight that bitch.
And he's going to dash off the map, so he's gone. The rest of you now, this is Lady Cellular Phone. You're going to go ahead and take your turn, and then he gets to move.
None of us want to.
Yeah, series out. Peace.
All right, she's gone.
Oh fuck! I guess her quick move is finally paid off.
So it's Draxos and Lady Quickfingers. We're gonna go ahead and find.
Draxus is gonna get hit. Draxus is gonna get hit.
It's gonna go right there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right there. How far away is he from you? 25 feet.
He's afraid of silver paladins, right? So they're.
How much health do you have? 12?
12?
This has the potential to knock you out in one go, but not kill you.
No. I'd rather not.
Exactly 12. That's any chance. Yep.
That is.
That's a 29 to hit.
Yeah.
For a total of whatever that is.
Oh, is that a plus 10 to hit? I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that sucks a lot, man.
I want to make sure that.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. I don't even.
Okay, so
fuck him.
hold on. So subtract 2.
Yeah.
Because his aura technically is not active right now.
Okay, so that's 10.
It's 10. And then for his fighting style.
So am I at 2 HP
Yeah.
then?
So you're at 2 HP, yeah. So you just subtract 2 from that because technically his aura would not work if he chucks the weapon.
Gotcha. So what happened?
You took 10 points of piercing damage as he hurled his trident once again at you. It pierced through the back of your chainmail into your back, into like the shoulder blade on your right side, going through to the other side before wrenching itself out and returning back to him.
Give a fucking scream of pain as it got out and just we gotta go. I think is the best way you could put that.
You need to fucking run, boy. It's your turn.
Yeah. Dashing out of there.
Goodbye. I'm assuming it's the same for
Yes, I'm fucking leaving. I'm not.
How did fucking Quickfoot respond to that? Seeing the 6'4" paladin get just discombobulated.
Everyone is freaked the fuck out.
Probably with
Everybody's terrified.
post haste.
All right. So, we're officially out of combat. That individual does not seem to want to chase you, thankfully for you guys.
Okay.
And you guys begin to make your way through the fiery streets of the city, passing piles and piles of corpses. Thankfully enough, you managed to dodge enough of the orcs to not be accosted any further. Do I have a... One second.
Yeah, Draxos, as he's been sprinting, his right arm's basically numb, like it's limp. He's supporting it the best he can, but
Yo, buddy, you okay there?
I am fine. I just need some time to recuperate is all.
Alright, because we can't fucking deal with you if you've got a broken arm.
My arm is not broken. It is merely in excruciating pain.
Well, that's convenient for us.
Cyrodiana looks behind, sees poor Pally in poor condition. Like stops for a second, lets you catch up, and then grabs your arm and uses cure wounds.
Are you all alright? Like, as you're, like, stopping to assist him, he's just, are you all alright?
Yeah, we fine. I'm pretty sure. Unless one of y'all got fucked up.
Most of your companions are fucked up. a good 2 or 3 of them took some damage.
I did not get hit. Like, fuck.
Draxos got, like, a pat on the ass before he
Draxos
left.
got just minorly molested. It's fine.
This was
Yeah.
I mean, it was
It's
a
fine. Nobody cares because Celeste is a woman.
it was a better fight than the last time you did it, so I'll grant you that one.
Oh, goodness. I think it was a lot better for Draxos.
Anyway, none of you got hit with a trident last time.
Like the big boss orc went down because of a fucking mage. It was great.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That mage popped off, dude.
Anyway, you guys are making your way through the now ruined streets of Pax with screaming and fire and just calamity happening around you. Eventually, you run into a soldier, not just like a normal guard, who's trying to get people out of buildings, trying to usher them toward the gates. Go to the gate! Leave the city! We have to evacuate! The orcs have broken the treaty! And he's just yelling at you to fucking leave. As you begin,
We're running.
yeah, as you
All of us
begin
are
to,
running. Fuck this shit.
as you begin to head down the street, there is an almost deafening shift in the noise that you hear. There is all of a sudden no sound around you. It's as if all of the fire and the screaming had been sucked away in an instant. And then you hear this cracking sound, this immense, just shattering. All of you deafened almost by the amount of noise it seems to make. And turning behind you to what you assume to be the source of this is a very large, what looks to be a tower. You can't really tell from this distance. It's very big. It seems to be covered in spikes and some form of material, and it points straight up into the night sky. And then its head moves. And it turns and looks at the ground around it, the burning city, and this colossal, to you guys, red dragon breathes a heavy swath of fire, now illuminating the front of it like some macabre candle show, except on a much grander scale. This thing decimates 2 or 3 neighborhoods at a single time. And you feel immense amounts of dread just seep into your entire bodies, and you can do nothing but turn and run. As you run, you make your way toward the gate. You are all breathing heavily. You're almost on the verge of tears. You're so afraid of this fucking thing. You're afraid to even look back to see what it's doing. But then you pass by the gate, and the Silver Paladins are there. And their divine aura calms your fear and assuages it for a little bit. One of you recognizes an older gentleman, looked to be a captain, that you saw on a corner table at a bar earlier the previous day. He is running full sprint toward your party, runs past you, and back into the street. How many of you continue to watch him?
I do.
No,
One.
I gotta watch my man.
Magic is muted. Terry is, I don't know, dead or something.
What happened? Sorry.
The old man ran past you. You watching him or no?
Yes.
3. Terry, you awake? You might be muted, I don't know. He might have also left. I don't remember.
He's in chat.
Alright, well,
He's unmuted.
whatever works. So, however many of you decided you looked, you turn and you see that old man sprinting along the street, and then a bright white light engulfs his entire form, and it grows and grows and grows to the size of the dragon that you realize has just appeared in the center of the city, and transforms himself into a silver dragon. The mascot, per se, the Patreon of Dragon House itself. And it's at this point that it clicks in at least a couple of your minds. This guy was Calyrex. And Calyrex is a prominent general of the Silver Paladins. Very old, very wise, very experienced in battle. People called him the Silver Dragon, but everyone always thought that that was just a title. Now you see that that's what he actually is. He's a silver dragon. And he goes off to do battle with this gigantic red dragon in the center of the city. And with that clash of titans, we will end today's game.
Man, you know. Oh, fuck.
That
Love to do
was
some
good.
password. Yeah.
Even a second time round, that's still pretty
fine.
good, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys liked it
How are you
all.
allowed to have this much?
All right, so hold on. Since I came into the game late, who are all the characters?
Oh,
So many people are characters. You're going to have to be a little bit more
alright.
specific.
Okay.
So wait,
Who wants to go
okay,
first?
Ducky, who are you? You're the small child.
No, I'm actually not a child. Fuck you.
Ducky is a
You're-
2'2" halfling named
I'm
Pyula.
quick.
Oh my,
Yeah,
2
that-
foot.
Ducky is
Draxos individuals.
I'm a halfling. Not wearing a fucking shirt. Basically just threw a scarf for myself. That's it. I sent a picture of him to characters just because I got done with that and wanted to post it.
Okay, so Ducky is the child that punches good,
I'm
Mhm.
not a child.
and then I remember
dwarf
I know the polite paladin very well.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who would that be?
That would probably be Bree, the most polite person I've ever met.
It's his dad.
Ah,
It's not Brown.
you're lying.
Uh,
You're lying.
Terry is what?
Terry is
Oh.
playing
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Orion.
Orion,
I keep
the
calling him O'Brien.
human. Orion, the human who uses a bow.
He's
Oh,
a
so
Christopher Hartfield
artist,
wannabe.
It depends on, I don't know what, I forget what class he is. And then
And
Solus is playing
so-
Kinrick, who is a
Kenrick the Trap.
he's a wood elf.
Yeah. With long ass hair. He's basically trying to be.
He's an elf.
He's trying to be. Oh my god. Come on.
Theovane.
He's trying to be Theovane.
He's not trying to
That's
be
why he has
Theovane.
the long hair.
No, he
will
was
never be Theovane.
he was actually meant to join you guys in the 4th episode before I had to take a break. So he was made long before, he even knew about Theovane, I guess.
Theovane will forever be in our
Excuse.
hearts and minds. Don't worry.
He's also
And
in the
so,
archive in case you want to play him again later when your character dies.
Aww.
So yeah, basically that's the end of the game. Hope you all had fun. We'll probably
And Hunter is.
I mean, we
Hunter's
can-
still the frickin'.
I don't know what the fuck Hunter is. He didn't show up today. He was supposed to make a character and he just kind of blew us off. So
Died.
whatever he
Got
wants
it.
to do is his decision.
Gotcha.
I'm totally cool with running it with less people because it's a bit
Oh,
much.
hey. So what happened? Someone told me that Hunter blew something.
Yeah,
What happened with the
Hunter was
murder
supposed
campaign?
to. He was supposed to come in and do stuff. Like his character was dependent on whether or not you picked a spellcaster, and so he was supposed to make that character today before we started the session, but he did not. So instead, we just ran without him, and it's fine. If he wants to come back, then he can
Cool.
come back. But whatever works for him. Anyway, so yeah, that's the end of the session. I'll see y'all.
VG, may I just say real quick? I'm sorry to interrupt you. My God, you're an amazing fucking DM.
I mean, I try.
He's the best. Don't worry
It's
about
okay,
it.
I guess. No,
I
I'm so
also
sorry.
have all of
Shut
that
the
on
fuck
recording.
up,
So
Traxos. I will hurt you.
now
Absolutely
now I have a
nothing to do
recording of
with it.
everyone's
I don't
voice saying that.
know what to do with all this fucking adrenaline.
No, I feel like a dick. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys next week at the same time, unless we have too many people missing.
Wait, we're doing this next week
Alright.
as well?
Yeah. Well, Ios is on permanent leave, so yeah, we could do it weekly.
Oh, what happened with Ios?
He got burned out, so he's going to take a break from it for a while, which means
He
that
got
we can run
burned.
this every week until
No,
he comes back.
bitch.
The thing is, VG, how the schedule is, I could, even if my school does start up, right? I could show up an hour into the session, hour and a half maybe.
Okay. I mean, I'm good with I don't think all of you heard it, but I like to say I'm willing to NPC one player character at a time before I call a session for the week.
I got you, man.
Otherwise, it's
And
just too much to handle at once. So
I
if it's just you and you can jump in halfway through, then I'm fine with that.
sick, dude. I'll literally.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
scream
head
it.
off, guys.
Okay,
Alright, see ya.
that's the end of the recording. See you later.
Yeah, I love you. Bye.